Today I'm going to be showing you how to start your very own drop servicing business using WordPress. For those of you that don't know what drop servicing is, it's basically where you go to a website like Fiverr or Upwork, you find a service, then you build a website around that service, you try and get clients for that service, and then when people make an order on your website, you basically go and fulfill it through the services that you found on Upwork and Fiverr. You put a bit of extra money on top so that you can make some profit. It's one of the oldest business models there is going, where you just go and outsource a service, then you find clients for that service. In today's tutorial, I will be showing you how you can pick a niche for your drop servicing business. I will be showing you how to set up the website from scratch so that it is fully optimized for you to start taking orders for your drop servicing business. I'll be showing you how to fulfill those orders, and then I'll also briefly be showing you how you can go and market your drop servicing website using Google Ads. So if you're interested in WordPress, digital marketing, and all of that type of stuff, make sure to subscribe to the channel. So let's go and have a look at the website we will be building today. Need a website? Try PrendyPress. We make affordable and beautiful websites. We can build your website from scratch within 4 to 6 weeks. Want to get your idea off the ground quickly? Then why not try one of our pre-built websites? If you already own a website and it's not converting how you'd want to, try our website reviews. Or if you just have an idea that you want to discuss, then why not try our web consulting service? Head over to prendypress.com today. So let's have a look at the drop servicing website we will be building today. It will be a fairly simple website design so that you can get your drop servicing website off the ground pretty quickly. So you can see we have a full width slider over here so that you can go and showcase the different services that you will be offering. Then if somebody clicks on services, you can go into more detail about the different services that you are going to be offering on your website. Then you can go to the portfolio and you can go and showcase some of the work and some of the services that you will be offering, and these will be directly taken from the Fiverr gig or from the service that you will be drop servicing. Then if somebody goes and clicks on this, they can go and look at this in better detail to get an idea of the different services that you are offering on your drop servicing website. Then if we click on pricing, we will have the pricing tables, and once again these prices will be directly based off of the pricing of the Fiverr gig that you will be drop servicing. So you can go and mark up these gigs and make some profit on the services that you will be drop servicing. And then finally, if you want to offer a premium package, so a custom drop servicing package, then the customer can go and contact you using the contact form down here, and then you can go and discuss a custom package. Now, another great thing with these pricing tables is that if somebody wants to purchase the package, so let's say they want this standard package, they can just go and click on choose plan, and it will bring them directly to the checkout where they will be able to go and pay with card or with PayPal. So there's no faffing around. They can just go and choose a package and get started right away. And I'll also be showing you how to create all of the other relevant pages, such as your privacy policy and your terms of service. So you can go and create loads of these pages, and we'll be just using a drag and drop builder to do this, so no coding. It's going to be really easy to set up, and I'll also be showing you things such as how to go and create your logo and loads of different things within the back end of your WordPress dashboard. The first thing that we need to do in order to start a drop servicing business is to actually pick a niche for our drop servicing business, and there are so many different niches that you can pick. So don't feel like you're restricted with the type of thing that you can market and build your drop servicing business around. So we're just going to have a look on Fiverr and just get a few ideas of niches that you could potentially use, and just have a look at the process of how you can come up with an idea for your niche. So I'm just over Fiverr here, and we are just going to go through some of these over here. So the first one I've had a look at is packaging design. Now, all I've done for all of these different examples that I am going to show you here, I've just gone and hovered over the broader niches. So these are all of the broader niches or the broader categories, and then within those we have subcategories of different niches that we can go and market and build our drop servicing business around. So the first one that I've gone and had a look at is packaging design. So I believe that's under graphic design over here. So just go to graphic design, and then you will see loads of different design niches that you can go for. And then over here, where is it? So I can't seem to find it, but there is packaging design on here somewhere. So like I said, you're going to go and just click into lots of these different categories and see what you can find. So we've got packaging design over here, and basically this is pretty straightforward. So you can go and design packages for companies and people that are looking to start a new business, or people that already have a business but want to refresh their brand with a new packaging design. So you can see over here there's quite a lot of different services that we could drop service. So let's just go and have a look. Let's see which one looks pretty nice. So this looks pretty cool over here. They look like they've got some nice packaging designs. So let's have a look, or let's just see a few more. So let's have a look at this one over here. So this looks pretty cool. They look like they design pretty nice packaging. So let's just go and click on this for example, and we can go and have a look at the type of gig that they are offering. So we can see over here you will get a unique packaging design, 3D image, commercial use, the source file, the print ready file. So that's going to be really important, because if we were drop servicing this gig, then we're going to need to give the print ready file to our clients, and you can see that that's going to cost £83. That's around $90. And then we've got higher packages around 110, 120 sort of dollars, and then around, I think probably, let's say $150, that type of thing. And basically they can add extras on for this. So what we could do is, now I've just gone and Googled packaging design over here. So you can see packaging design agency, and I've just gone and clicked on this one over here. So let's just go and look at their services now. So if we just go and click on what we do, and we can go and get a rough idea. Let's see if we can try and see if we can find some pricing and those types of things. So it's really easy. So you can see, obviously, they're a packaging design agency. So you can just go and build your drop servicing store just exactly like this. So you can go and build a drop servicing agency just like this, and you can go and drop service this gig over here from Fiverr. So it's really simple how you can go and find a niche just like that. So this literally took me about 5 minutes just to come up with a niche idea already. So you can see on here, they're mostly working by quoting their customers. So this is a little bit of extra effort. So people send you an email and then you quote them based on the work that you want. But probably you would expect that they're at least charging probably $200 for packaging design. So even if they were to go for the highest package over here, that's probably, let's say, around $150, they still make a $50 profit. So you can see how easy it is to go and start one of these drop servicing businesses. So let's go and have a look at another one over here. This is a really cool one that I had a look at. So I was just going, I think once again, I was in video and animation this time. And I believe I had a look at real estate promos, and then within real estate promos I found this one over here. I'll render a HD realistic architectural 3D animation. So these are really cool. So these are people who are planning maybe to build a house or something like that, or it could even be a large firm who build big load of buildings at once, so maybe a block of flats or something like that. So a big building firm who needs some blueprints created for based off of how they're going to do it. Or it could be a real estate company who are trying to pre-sell flats and houses, and they want to show the customers how it's going to look once it's done. So you can see over here they've got, once again, various packages. So we've got the £75, and once again that's probably around $90 to $100. So one 3D model, and it will do a video as well with background music and all those types of things. And then we have the next one up, so just a longer video, and the next one up to that, just another longer video. Now obviously you can contact the Fiverr seller and you can work out a deal with them based on other things. They can always offer you a different type of package that they can give to you based off of what your customers want from you. So once again over here, I just typed in real estate animation. So you, like I said, your customers, this is a very weird sort of very narrow niche, but you could find some good customers here, like I said, from big real estate companies or building firms and those types of things. So if you type in real estate animation, and I just found this company over here called Jarvis Visual Communication, and you can see they basically do the same thing. So you could create a similar company to what they have created here, but you're just drop servicing this service over here. So you can see they've created loads of cool ones like this. So for offices, for bars, cafes, restaurants, loads of different things, for houses, all of different types of things. And once again, this is something that looks like it has really large value. So you would think something like this, a type of video like this, would probably be quite expensive. You probably could charge around $500 for something like that. And the max that you're going to get charged is around sort of $250. So you make a good $250 profit from drop servicing something like this. And once again, you can just market it on Google Ads. You can market this on LinkedIn to people who are in real estate and those types of things. So there's loads of different marketing. We will go through that at the end of the tutorial. So let's have a look at another one. So we're just going to go over here. So another one I found here is brochure design. So once again, pretty simple now. You could offer this to different companies that need a brochure. So it could be a hardware store, different things like that. It could be a furniture store, a carpet store. It could be a restaurant, so it doesn't just have to be brochure, it could be flyers and all of those types of things. So there's loads of different companies that you can go and target this with, and once again you will be using Google ads, LinkedIn ads and different things like that. So once again over here I just went and typed in brochure design, and I just clicked on the top one over here, and we can go and have a look at this company over here. So you can easily go and create a website like this, and you're just drop servicing any of these gigs over here, and some of them are expensive and some of them are fairly cheap. So we'll just have a look at this one over here. Let's have a look. So let's just go and click on this. You want to use a fairly decent gig on Fiverr if you're actually going to be drop servicing these types of things, not just any old cheapest one that you can find. So you can see over here you get the print ready file, and once again you get the print ready file double-sided, and then this one is print ready and the source file. Now it might be a little bit hard to make profit on these more expensive ones. That's around $450, so you're gonna have to charge around $550, $600 for this type of thing. So you might, if you're thinking about getting into this niche and any of the niches that you're thinking about getting into, if you see where it says get a free quote, you're going to want to go through this process just to see the type of price that they are charging. So like I said, any of these other ones, so this bespoke packaging design, I would contact and ask them, or this company over here, we could contact and ask them how much it would be for a video, so we can get a rough idea if we can make good profit off of this. So once again, having a look at the brochure design, this is a really simple website, and you can actually create a website much better than this, and I will be showing you that in this tutorial when we actually start setting up the website with WordPress. Because for me personally, I mean, this website is okay, but it's not beautiful. Oh, so you can see they've got the prices down here. A 4-page one is going to cost £210 for a A4 brochure design. So if we have a look over here, we can see 4 pages. So they're doing 4 pages for 400. So obviously we're not going to want to drop service this gig because they can get 4 pages for 210. So almost half the price. So we can go back to the drawing board over here, and we can see if we can find a cheaper one. So if we just go over here, let's just go and change some of this. So what we can do is let's just go for best selling over here. So instead of recommended, we're going to go for best selling. So now that I have sorted it by best selling, we can actually see which ones are the best selling ones. So if we was to have a look at this one instead, let's go and have a look at this because it's a little bit cheaper, and we can see if they've got still a decent level of quality. So you can see over here they're doing 2 to 6 pages. So they're doing up to, let's go and have a look, 16 to 26 pages for around sort of $80-$90 when you convert that into dollars. So if we go back over here, we can see 24 pages is £735. So you could get this one over here, and like I said, the quality is not bad, and it is one of the top selling gigs on Fiverr. So you could go and use this, and you could market this up to, you know, almost 10 times the price. So it's pretty cool what you can do with some of this. So that's just another niche that we've had a look at. So let's go and have a look at a few more other ones. So this over here is one that I just came up, I think, off the top of my head. Let me just go and have a look because I can't completely remember, but I'm pretty sure that there isn't anything in here that says, oh, there is LinkedIn profiles. Okay. So I tried to take a bit of credit there, but yeah, so when I was having a look, we've just seen that we've got LinkedIn profiles in here. So basically what these services will do, they will actually go and set up your LinkedIn profile for you and make it look professional. So once again, if we just go and have a look at the best selling one over here, and then from here we can go and have a look. So let's go and have a look at this best selling one over here. So let's just go and click on this Fiverr gig, and then from here we can look at what they are offering. So let's go and see at their different packages. So up the highest one they've got, I found that's around $100 or so. So a full LinkedIn profile from scratch. They're going to add the headline, education, certificates and awards, professional experience, targeting, hashtags and skills and endorsements. So over here I've just gone and typed in LinkedIn profile writing service. So you can see over here, the top one over here is saying £55. So if we just go and have a look at their website, and you can see their website is, it's not great. It looks very old-fashioned. It looks very outdated. You could easily go, and like I said, I will be showing you in this tutorial, and go and create a website that looks so much nicer than this and offer this service, and you can mark the price up. So you can see the lowest they're offering is £55. So if we come back over here, the lowest is £45. So that's £10 profit. But if you actually make your website look a lot nicer than this, then you can mark up your price a little bit better, and you can offer loads of different package deals. So let's just say the minimum that you could probably make is around £20. So that's around $25-$30. So then you can go and offer these different packages here. So you could probably sell this one for $150. So you're going to make something around $25 to $50 per sale, which is really good. And like I said, this website is kind of old-fashioned, looks a bit outdated, so you can mark up your prices because you're going to look a lot more professional and look a lot nicer. So you can see over here £130 for a long profile, and over here they're charging £90. So that's a £40 profit that you could go for. But like I said, once you kind of make your brand look a lot nicer, you can still charge even higher prices than that. So we'll just have a look at a few more here. So one other idea that I came up with, this was the one that I came up with off the top of my head. So I tried to claim credit for the LinkedIn profile one, but this was the one that I meant. So if we have a look in here, you won't see female model in any of these. You shouldn't anyway. But basically, I have used a lot of these models before from dropshipping to actually go and do some demonstrations and make product videos for when I want to dropship products. So what you can actually do is you can compile all of these and you can put them into a modeling agency. So it could be a drop servicing modeling agency, and basically all of these different models will be on your drop servicing site. The person can pick the model they want, how many images they want, and then you just mark the price up, and then you come over to Fiverr and you basically just go and tell them what they actually want from your customer. So I just typed in models for hire over here, and we can see over here there is this modeling agency. So these have loads of different models. Now obviously these are going to be a bit more high end because they've got really good photography, but so if we just have a look at the pricing, it's going to probably be a little bit higher than we could possibly charge for a drop servicing agency. So let's just go down over here and see if we can find any pricing. So let's have a look at shoes and bags. So they don't really, so here we go. So it's £9 to £38 per image for a female. So if we just come over to here, so that's per image. So let's say it was 10 images, that minimum you'd be charging is £90. And if we have a look at one of these models, so let's just say this one over here, we can go and see how much she would charge for 10 images. So we can see that, so she's charging about £90 for 10 images anyway, so you wouldn't make any profit off of that. But you could always mark it up and you could say I want to charge £15 per image or $15 per image, depending on what country you're in, and then you would charge £150 for 10 images. You would come over here and then you would purchase it off of her for £90 and you make a £60 profit. So like I said, you can compile all of these, you can add all of these gigs to your drop servicing website, and then the person can just go and pick the model that they want or the multiple models they want, how many images that they want, and then you get that through and then you just go and make the order through the gig. So I thought that was a really kind of cool drop servicing idea that you could come up with. You basically start your own modeling agency without actually having to have any models on board. So that's one we've looked at, and then finally I just had a look models for my product, just so you could get some more ideas of how people could find this type of website. So you can see over here, here's another modeling site. They don't really have much going on, but like I said, you can see how the idea works. So what you are going to want to do is basically just head over to Fiverr and look at all of these different categories, and there are literally hundreds, and don't think that any category or any niche is too small, too narrow. If anything, the narrower it is, the better, because you're going to have less competition and less people trying to get customers as well. And one thing just to remember is it is easiest to just sort it by best selling over here, just so you can have a look at which ones are the top gigs on Fiverr, and then you can go and find the cheaper ones. So if we have a look over here, this is the top selling gig, and it's also fairly cheap as well. So we don't want to really use expensive gigs because then it makes it harder for us to make a profit. So like I said, just go onto Fiverr, have a look in here. There are so many different ones, and try and think about how you're going to market it first. So you probably would want to go into a niche maybe that you know something a little bit about and the type of customers that might come to you. But if you don't, then just go for it, give it a go, because the only expenses we're really going to have are setting up the WordPress website. So we're just going to have to get hosting and a domain. So if for whatever reason the niche doesn't work out for you, you can always start again and just build another drop servicing site and try it again. So just go in, have a look and see which ones pique your interest. I've just given you a few ideas just to give you an idea of how you can come up with the niches. So now you need to just go and do some research and see which one you think would be good for you. So now that we have gone and had a look at how to pick a niche for our drop servicing agency, what we will be doing next is going to go and purchase some hosting so we can start building our drop servicing website with WordPress. The first thing that we're going to do in order to start building our drop servicing website with WordPress is to go and purchase some hosting, and hosting just allows us to have our website live on the internet. Now, the hosting provider that I always use is SiteGround. I use this for all of my websites because they're really reliable, they're quite cheap as hosting goes, and they have really great support. So if anything goes wrong with your website, you can contact them and you can get in contact with their support really easily and really quickly, and they usually fix things within a matter of minutes. So what we're going to do, you will find a link in the description to SiteGround, and then you will just come over to this page over here, and what we're going to do is just going to go to hosting, and we're just going to go and click on WordPress hosting over here. So from here we can scroll down and we will see 3 different packages. So we've got Startup, Grow Big and Go Geek. Now obviously if you're just starting out, you only really need to create one website with drop servicing. So you can go and purchase the Startup package that allows you to create one website, and you also get a free SSL certificate with this as well. So that adds a little padlock to the URL to tell your customers and people that come over to your website that your website is secure. So that's really good. So like I said, you can just go for this package, but if you're planning on creating various different drop servicing sites, then I recommend going for the Grow Big plan. It allows you to create unlimited websites. And don't worry, if you're just starting out and then you decide you want to go and create some more websites, you can always upgrade your plan. So if you go for the Startup one, you can always upgrade to Grow Big, and then you can always upgrade to Go Geek if your website starts to take off and you're getting 100,000 monthly visits, which hopefully you will. Then you can always upgrade later on. So what you're going to do is you're just going to go and click on Get Plan over here. Now when you click on Get Plan, it will ask you to choose your domain. So hopefully you have an idea of your domain name for your drop servicing site. Now it should be something that is related to your niche. So for example, you can always go and find a domain name using this website Lean Domain Search, and basically it allows you to type in a term and it will come up with loads of ideas. So if we were to go for packaging, let's say we're going to go drop servicing packaging design, we can go and type in packaging in here, and we can go and see which domains are available. So if we just go and type that in there, and then from here you will see loads of different domain names that are available, and you can always go and sort them by length, and you can always go and sort it. So you could say I want it to end with the word packaging, so we could go for pin packaging or hit packaging, or any of these types of domain names. So something that is related to your niche, you're going to go and just type a word in here, and then it will come up with loads of domain names if you're struggling for domain name ideas for your drop servicing website. So once you have gone, so let's just say we're going to go for this one over here, pin packaging, let's just say for example. So let's just go and copy this, and then we can go over here. So once you have gone and thought of your domain name, you can just go and put it in here. So you're going to ask you to register a domain name. So I can just go and paste that in here. Let's get rid of the .com, and I do recommend just having a .com website. It just looks a little bit more legitimate. So once you have gone and picked your domain, then you're just going to go and click on proceed. Now when you click on proceed, you will come over to the last bit of purchasing your hosting, and in here you're just going to have to create your account information. So you're going to enter in an email address and create a password. Then you're just going to go and put in your personal information, so your name and your address and your phone number. Then you're just going to go and put in your payment details that you're going to pay for the hosting, and then you can go and choose the period that you want. So you can go for 24 months, 36 months, or you can even just go for the 1 month trial. But I recommend at least just starting with 12 months to start off with, because that's going to give you a fair chance and a good amount of time to actually work on building up your customer base. And then finally over here, you can go for domain privacy if you want to. Now I don't think that's 100% totally necessary. Basically what that means is people won't be able to see who registered the domain, but if people can see it, all you're going to get is a few emails from SEO companies and things like that offering you SEO services or web design services and things like that. So you don't really need to get this, but you can always get it if you want to. And then you have SG Site Scanner. So this basically just means SiteGround will scan your site to see if it's being hacked or anything like that. Now personally, once again, when you're just starting out, you probably don't really need this. So once you have gone and entered all of that information in, you can just say that you confirm to the terms of service. So you confirm the terms of service and the privacy policy, and then you can just go and click on Pay Now. Now once you click on Pay Now, you will be brought over to your SiteGround dashboard. Now it might look a little something different to this, but something very similar to this, but that doesn't really matter, because all you are going to do from here is go and click on Websites. Now from here you should see your domain name that you just purchased, and from here we can go and install WordPress and an SSL certificate onto that domain name. So when you see your domain name over here, you're just going to go and click on Site Tools. When you click on Site Tools, you will be brought over to this dashboard, and the first thing that we can do is install an SSL certificate onto our domain. And like I mentioned earlier, the SSL certificate basically just allows you to have this padlock over here in the URL, and that basically just tells all of the people that come over to your website that your website is secure. And especially if you're trying to get orders through a drop servicing site, so people are going to be paying you, then you definitely want them to think that your website is, or to know that your website is secure. So in order to get the SSL certificate, we're going to go and click on security over here and click on SSL manager, and then from here we can see that we've got our domain name, and then it's just going to say select SSL, so we can just go and choose Let's Encrypt and then just go and click on Get. Once SiteGround have finished installing your SSL, you will see Let's Encrypt is installed. Now the last thing that we need to do in order to get the little padlock is go to HTTPS enforce over here. So just go and click on this and then just make sure that it is turned on. So it should say success, HTTPS enforce is enabled. So now we should be able to have the little padlock once we have our website live and running. So the next thing that we're going to do is install WordPress. So we're going to go to WordPress over here, and we're going to go and click on install and manage. Now from here we're just going to go and select WordPress, and then we've got our domain selected. Installation path, just make sure you leave that blank. Then you can go and choose your language, of course, if you want to. So I'm just going to leave it as default English. And then finally, the last thing that you need to do is enter in a username, a password, and an email address. Now this is really important. This is going to be the username and password that you use to log in to your WordPress website anytime you want to make changes to it. So make sure that you make this something that is memorable, and then maybe just go and save it in a file somewhere. And what I do recommend as well is when you are creating your password for your WordPress website is that you generate it from SiteGround. So don't think of it yourself and type it in, just generate it, and it will randomly generate a password for you, and you can go and save that in a document. And the reason I recommend to do that is because the stronger password you have, the less likely chance that your site is going to be hacked. So make sure that you just go and generate a random one, like I said, and just go and save that in a file. So I'm just going to go and fill all of this information out now, and then once you have filled all of that information out, just go and click on install. Once WordPress has finished installing, you will just see the green tick saying WordPress is installed on your domain. And now what we can do is we can go to our WordPress dashboard. So from here, just go and click on admin panel. Once you click on this, you will be brought over to this page over here that says welcome to your WordPress website. Now you can go through the SiteGround setup if you want to, but I'm going to show you how to set up the website from scratch. So I'm just going to go and click exit over here. And now we are brought over to our WordPress dashboard. Now, before we begin anything, I'm just going to go through a little tour of WordPress just to show you what all of the different tabs over here actually are for. So basically we have our dashboard, and from here you can just go and view any news and updates to do with WordPress. So you probably won't really use this very often. Next here we have updates, and these are updates for your site specifically. So if you have to update the theme or the PHP version, anything like that, you will see that in updates, so you can go and update anything that you need to on your WordPress website. Next up we have posts. So originally WordPress was a blogging platform, so you would create blog posts. So if you want to create a blog post, you can go and add a new blog post, and you see all of your posts within here. Now you probably won't really be using this very often for your drop servicing site. Then we have media. So every time you upload an image to your site, and we can upload images from the front end, so every time you upload an image or a video or anything like that, it will be added to the media library, and you can go and add ones directly from here as well. Next up we have pages. So we'll be using this quite frequently throughout the tutorial. So every time you create a new page, the home page, the about us page, any types of pages that you're going to have on your site, you will do that through here, and then you can go and manage all of those pages in here and add new pages. Then we have comments. So as I mentioned earlier, because WordPress was originally a blogging platform, people would leave comments on blogs. So within here you could go and approve the comments or write back to them or delete them, all of those different types of things. Now you probably once again won't really be using this much. Next up we have appearance. So from here we can go and change the theme, and that's basically how our WordPress website is going to actually look. So we will be using this. Once again, you won't be using it too extensively, but I will be showing you how to install a theme later on in the tutorial. Next up we we have plugins. So this is a really important part of WordPress and probably something you're going to be using quite frequently when we build your drop servicing website. So a plugin basically allows you to add extra functionality to your WordPress website. So for example, an e-commerce functionality or page builders or anything like that, then you can do that using a plugin. So we will be adding new plugins and installing plugins and all of those types of things within this tutorial. Next up we have users. So this is where you can go and create people that can log in to your WordPress website. So currently we only have one user, which is ourselves, and we are the admin for the website. But if in the future you start getting a lot of orders on your drop servicing site, you can go and hire virtual assistants and you can set them up as a user. It's where they don't have admin rights, so they can't make any changes to the website, but they can just go and view data in the back end of your site. So that's why you would sort of use users. Then we have tools. So this basically just means you can export and import data from your site. Once again, probably won't really be using this too frequently throughout the tutorial. And then we have settings over here. So there are a few things in here that we're going to use. So for example, the permalinks, this basically means how your links are shown for your site and those types of things. So that's basically what everything down here means. And SG Optimizer is just a plugin that's automatically installed on all WordPress websites by SiteGround. And once again, this just monitors if your website is running or if it's down. So if it's down, the SG Optimizer tries to get it up as soon as possible. So that's basically an overview of WordPress. So now that we've gone through the overview of WordPress, the first thing that we are going to do on our site is actually install a theme. So let's go and install a theme on our WordPress website. So we're going to go to Appearance over here. We're going to go and click on Themes. And then from here, we're going to go and click on Add New. And then from here, where it says Search Themes, we're just going to go and type in Astra. And then once we type in Astra, you will see this Astra theme over here. So just go and click on Install. Now, Astra is one of the best free WordPress themes that you can use. It doesn't cost anything and it's really fast, and you can go and build your site completely from scratch using the Astra theme. So it's really great. So now we're just going to go and click on Activate over here so that we activate our theme. And now we've got these other themes. So we're just going to go and delete these themes just because we don't want them taking up space on our website. So just go to Theme Details over here. I'm just going to go and click on Delete. And then we're just going to go and delete this one as well. So just delete this, and we can always just keep this theme as a backup. If for whatever reason this theme crashes, then we've always got a backup theme so our site isn't completely down. So now that we have installed a theme, we are going to go and create our homepage so we have something to actually start building our drop servicing website around. So before we actually go and create the homepage, I'm going to go and install a plugin for the WordPress editor. So if we go to plugins over here, and we can go and click on Add New, and basically when you create a page within WordPress, you can use the WordPress editor to go and change things on that page. Now recently WordPress changed their editor, and personally I don't like how the new editor is. So we've got this classic editor over here. So from plugins, we're just going to go and install this classic editor, and like I said, my personal opinion is it's a lot easier to use the classic one than the new one. So we're just going to go and activate this classic editor, and now we can go and create our home page. So we're going to go to Pages over here and just go and click on All Pages so we can see all of the different pages that we have. So by default we have a privacy policy and we have a sample page. Now just go and trash this sample page. So we're just going to go and trash this because this is just taking up space on our website and we don't need to use it. So then we can come in here and we can go and, so you won't have this home one, you should just have a sample page in here. I'm just going to go and delete this permanently. So just get rid of this, and then once I'm going to go back to All Pages, and you should just have your privacy policy page. Now don't worry, if you don't have the privacy policy, we can go and create this later on as well. So now we're going to go and Add New, so we can add our home page. So go and click on Add New, and then from here we're just going to go and type in Home, and then just go and hit Publish over here. So now we have our home page published, and now what we are going to do is we are going to go and make sure that this is actually our home page. So whenever you publish a page, it doesn't mean that it's automatically your home page. So we need to go and make sure that the home page is our home page. So in order to do this, we're going to go to Settings over here, and we are going to go to Reading over here. So go to Reading, and then from here you will see your home page displays, and it's going to say your latest post. Well, we don't want it to display our latest post. We want it to display a static page, and then we're going to go Home Page and choose Home. Then we can scroll down and just hit Save Changes. And then whilst we are here, we're going to go and change our permalinks. So let's just go to permalinks over here. And like I said, that's basically the format that your URL shows up in. So if you leave it as plain, which it might be on, then it's going to show up with some numbers at the end, which just looks weird. So what you want to go and choose is post name. So it's basically just going to have your domain and then slash and whatever the post is, so home or about us or whatever it is. So go and choose post name, and once again hit save changes. So now we have actually created our homepage. If you go and click where it says my WordPress over here, let's go and click on this, and now we can see we have our homepage. So looking pretty plain, pretty boring, but at least now we have a base that we can start building our drop servicing website on. So the next thing we are going to do is install a plugin called Elementor, and basically that allows you to actually go and build the pages. And Elementor is basically a drag and drop page builder, so you don't need any coding or anything like that. You can literally drag elements onto the page. So we'll be using that quite extensively in this tutorial. So we're going to hit my WordPress again to go back to our WordPress dashboard. We're going to go to plugins, and we're going to go to add new. So we're going to add a new plugin, and we're going to go and add in Elementor. So just go and type in Elementor in here and hit enter, and then we should see the Elementor page builder. You can see it's active on over 5 million websites, so it's a really popular page builder that you can use to build beautiful websites. So just go and click on install now, and then once it has been installed, we're just going to go and click on activate. Once you hit activate, you will be brought over to this page here. Now don't worry, we don't need to use this, so we can just go and close this for now. And now let's go back to the front end of our WordPress website. So it's still looking the same. So from here, we're going to go and hit edit page over here, and then from here it's going to bring us to where we're back in pages, so over here. And from here we can go and hit edit with Elementor so that we actually activate Elementor. And now it will bring us back to our homepage, and now you can see we have a homepage. It's in full width mode, and we can actually start building out our homepage from here. So for now, we're not going to actually build our homepage yet. We are going to go and create a logo for our drop servicing site first before we start building out our homepage. But like I said, I just want to create the homepage so that we have a kind of base so we can start building out the website. So from here, in order to go and create the logo, we're just going to go and click. So just click these 3 little lines over here, and we can go and click view page, and that's going to bring us back to our homepage. And like I said, from here we can go and create a logo for our drop servicing website. Now when it comes to creating your logo for your drop servicing website, you don't want to spend too much time on this. Some people spend weeks and weeks just perfecting their logo, when in reality your logo really isn't that important. As long as it looks clean and professional, then that's all that really matters. And try and link it somehow to your niche, but it doesn't 100% have to be. So what we can do to create a simple logo, we can use a website called Canva. So you can just go to custom dimensions. So go and sign up for Canva, canva.com, just enter in your email address and create an account. Then when you create an account, you will come over to your Canva dashboard over here, and we can create a custom dimension Canva board. So you're just going to go and type in 265 by 90, and then just go and click on create new design. And then from here we can go and create a very simple logo. So what we can do is let's just wait for our Canva canvas to load, and from here we can go and let's just go in the templates. We're just going to go and type in logo over here, and then you might just be able to go and find something. So let's go for elements instead, and we'll go and type in logo within elements. And then once again over here you can go and find something maybe that you might want to use as your logo. So some of them you've got to pay for, and some of them are free. So let's just say, for example, let's go and have a look through. This one here looks pretty cool. Let's say I wanted to use this for my drop servicing site. I can just make this a bit bigger. I could go and line it up in the middle, and then I can just go and add some text on. And because I'm building mine based off of the architectural plans that we saw earlier, so I'm going to make the drop servicing site based off of that. So I could just go and type in architect over here, and we can go and let's make this a bit bigger. So maybe not that big, let's say 24, and then you can just drag this out like that, and I can just line it up like that. So let's just make it a little space sort of like that, and then you can always go and change your font and find something that you think is a little bit more appropriate. So we're looking for something a little bit more professional. Let's see what we can find. Let's have a look at this. So this is Canva Pro. So anything with this little gold crown will be Canva Pro. So let's see what we can use as a free one. So let's just say this horizon one over here maybe might look pretty cool. So let's just drag it out, and once again, if you need to, you can just make it smaller. And I'm just going to make it, so once again, to me that's not looking that great, so I could just go for something like this. Let's just say, as an example, that's a pretty clean and professional logo. So let's just make it a bit smaller, and that's basically it. That's all you really need to do to create a logo. Now if you're looking for something a little bit more professional, so if you're on a budget, this is what I recommend doing. So just creating something like this, or it could just be text on its own. So that's if you're on a budget. Now if you've got a little bit more money to play with, then you can go and hire somebody on Fiverr. So if I just go and type in logo design, and we can just go and hire somebody on Fiverr. So you basically just say, this is the niche I'm in, this is the type of logo I want. So you're going to say I want it to be clean and professional, and they'll just go and create a simple logo for you. Maybe you can spend around $20 to $30. And then another alternative is to go over to a website called Graphic River, and from this website you can go and just purchase a pre-made logo template that you can go and edit, usually within Photoshop or Illustrator. So if I just type in logo over here, and once again it depends what niche you're in, so let's say architect logo, so I can go and have a look at something a little bit more specific. And then you can see over here there's loads of cool architect logos that I could go and use. So like I said, if you've got a little bit more of a budget, I would definitely recommend going for this route, just because it's going to look a little bit more professional as opposed to creating it in Canva. But then if you are on a budget, then you can go and do it this way. So once you've have gone and created your logo, from here, so from your home page, you are going to go and hit the customize button over here. So I know we've got the edit with Elementor, but we're going for customize this time. So edit with Elementor allows you to add elements to the actual page itself, and customize is what allows you to kind of change things within the theme overall. So if we just go and click on customize over here, and then when you click on customize, the customize area will load. So you will see header over here. So header is the top bar over here that has our menu and our logo. So let's go to header. Then we're going to go to site identity, and then we're going to go and click on select logo. So from here, we're going to go to upload files, and we're going to go to select files. And then you can just go and navigate to where your logo is. So here's my logo over here. So I'm just going to go and choose this. And once again, you will be able to see 265 by 90. So you can see this is one that I actually purchased off of Graphic River, and I just edited it within Illustrator. So we're just going to go and upload this now. So now make sure you put the name of your brand or your domain name in here, and just put logo at the end, and then you're going to copy that into the alt text, and that will just help a little bit with SEO for your actual brand name. So then we're just going to go and hit select. Then you can crop it if you want to. So mine looks like it's a good size anyway, so I'm just going to click skip cropping, and now we have our logo over here. Now if we scroll down, we want to get rid of this, which is my WordPress. So over here we've got our site title, and we can just go and untick display site title just to get rid of that. Now don't worry, we will go and change this later on in the tutorial. I'll be going through what we can actually go and do with this. So for now, just go and hit publish. Now another thing that we will create is going to be the favicon, because you don't want this WordPress icon as your favicon. So the favicon is just this little icon that shows up in the tab. So you can go and create this within Canva once again. So you would go for dimensions. Usually you can go for very small dimensions for a favicon, so you can go for something like 80 by 80, and then once again you can just go and use part of your logo as your favicon. So for example, I could just go, let's say this was my logo, I could go and just put this as my favicon, so just that icon over there. So once again, if you've got one created on Fiverr, then just go and tell them, can you just send me a PNG picture of my logo, so just without the text. Or if you've got one off of here, then when you actually edit the file within Photoshop, you can just go and create your favicon based off of just this part of the logo without the text. So like I said, just go and create it with dimensions 80 by 80. So once you have gone and done that, we can scroll down over here and you will see site icon. So that's the favicon. So click on select site icon, upload file, select a file. And then from here, I'm going to go and choose my favicon. And once again, you just put your domain name or the name of your website, and then favicon, and put that in the alt text and click select. Then I'm just going to skip the cropping once again, and we should see it come up here when I hit publish. So let's just hit publish, and then let's go and close this, and hopefully now, so there you go, now you can see my favicon, and that just kind of helps to tie the branding together for your actual drop servicing website. So now that we have gone and created our logo and our favicon, so you can see it's starting to come to life a little bit more, but not completely, of course. We are actually going to go and start building out our homepage. Now, before you even start thinking about building out your homepage for the rest of the tutorial, what I want you to do is I want you to have another website in mind, and you're going to kind of base your website off of another website that you've seen. So go and research some websites that are in your drop servicing niche and see if you can find some cool ones that you might want to base your site off. Now, we're not going to copy this completely, but we're going to at least, it's going to give us an idea of the type of site that we will go and create for our drop servicing site. So you can see over here, this site is pretty cool and it's just nice and clean, and they are offering the same services that I want to drop service. So I want to create my drop servicing website around. So, and then you can see we've got pricing over here. So it's a pretty simple site. So we're going to go and kind of create a similar site to this. So like I said, go and have one in mind that maybe you want to go and create your site around, but you can still follow along because I'm going to show you all of the techniques of how you can kind of replicate the store or the website that you want to base your drop servicing site on. So what we're going to do is we're going to head back to our site over here, and once again we're going to click edit page over here, and then from the home page over here we are going to go and click edit with Elementor. So when you click on edit with Elementor, you will have the Elementor panel over here, and basically the way Elementor works is you can go and drag any element you want to into a section over here. So you can go and create your page based off of different sections. So if you click on this plus button, you'll see we have different sections. So we can have a single section, we can have a double section like that, triple, quadruple, or as many as you want. So generally for most sites, when you see them, their first part of their homepage is just a hero image over here, or sometimes it might be a slider like this website has. So they're really easy to create. So what you can do is you can just go and choose a single section like this, and firstly we can go and add a background image to this singular section. So the way it works is, like I said, you can go and drag individual elements into a section, but the section itself can also be edited. So if you press this little button over here, these dots, you'll see edit section when I hover over it. So if we click on that, and then over here now it's going to say edit section. So we can edit the layout, we can edit the style, and then within it advanced we can do more editing like adding margins and changing things to make them responsive. So we can hide it on desktop, hide it on mobile, or add it just for mobile, loads of different types of things. So we will go through this throughout the tutorial. So the first thing that we are going to go and change for our big hero image over here is going to be the background. So for our hero image, we want it to have a full background, and for my one, I want it to have a background of some sort of architectural image that has been created. So an architectural render that has been created. Now for this, I'm going to want to use my Fiverr gig. So let me just go and open my Fiverr gig. So I've just gone and opened the Fiverr gig that I'm going to be basing my drop servicing store around. So if we just go over here, and you can see here's a few different images that this person has created. Now what I actually do recommend doing, I would actually recommend ordering the services first, so that you firstly you know that the quality of the service is good, and then also you have some pictures that are unique to you that not anyone can just find on Fiverr. Then what you can do is you're going to go and use these for your site. Now just for the purpose of the tutorial, I'm just going to be using this one over here. So what I can do is I can right click and open the image in a new tab, and then I can just right click and I can save the image. So let me just go and save this image now, and now let me head back over to my website. So once again, if we click on this to edit the section, we go to background, and then over here we will see classic, and then so you'll see the classic background type, and then under that you've got color, and you'll also have image. So I'm going to go and choose an image, upload a file, select a file, and then from here, if I go over here, I'm going to go and choose the one I just saved from Fiverr, and then I'm just going to go and click on insert media. Now from here, I'm just going to go and click on layout, and we're just going to make this a little bit bigger. So we're just going to go for a minimum height. So you can go and choose minimum height, and that basically just means that you can make it however big or small that you want to. Now if we go and have a look at this site over here, you can see it's fairly big, but I personally don't like the hero images to be that big. I think it takes up too much room, but that's my personal opinion. So I'm just going to make this, let's have a look what 450 looks like, not 1450, 450. So let's just, so if you click this arrow, it brings it like that. So maybe it could be a little bit bigger, So we're just going to go for 500. Let's go for a nice round 500 like that. Yeah, so I think that looks nice. And then you'll see once we do that, the image kind of starts to repeat itself. So we don't want that. So back in style over here, you can go and change this size. So where it says size, you can go and change it to cover. So that basically means it will cover the entire screen. And then you can go and change the position. So I'm going to go for bottom center. Let's have a look at bottom left. Does it make a difference? No. So sometimes the images will change to bottom left, bottom right, but if they're small enough, then it doesn't make a difference if you go left, right, or center. So we're just going to leave it bottom center. And now you can see it looks like that. So we can still get a clear view of the type of image that our drop servicing site will create. So now that we have done that, I'm actually going to go and add an overlay to this, so a color over the top of this. Now, when it comes to picking colors for your site, I recommend using a site called coolers.co. So let's just get rid of that one there and just go to coolers.co. And basically from this website, you can go and generate color schemes for web design, so for your drop servicing site. So what you can do is you can just hit start the generator, and then basically what you can do is you can just go and hit the space bar until you come up with a color palette that you like. Now what I personally recommend doing, and this is what I do for most of my websites that I create, is I just go and recommend having white and then black, and then so basically you can lock these and then just have 3 other colors. So also let's just go and have a gray in there. So if we just go for OE, so that's kind of like a darkish black. Let's go and see if we can change this to, let's try FE. So maybe we want to make this a little bit like a darker sort of gray. So let's just go and change this. Let's just say this one over here. So you're just going to keep it simple. I recommend keeping the colors of your website simple. So these 3 colors are going to be in by default, and then you can just go and add in 2 other colors that you want. So just go and start hitting the space bar until you get a color that you like and you think kind of matches the niche that you're in. So for drop servicing, it probably won't make much of a difference, but like I said, just keep going until you find something that you think is nice. So you can see over here, I've got 3 colors for mine. So I've got sort of 2 purplish colors and this sort of reddy color. So what I'm going to do is over here I've got this Chrome extension that allows me to pick colors from a web page. So I'm just going to go and let's go for this red one. So I'm just going to go and grab this, and I'm just going to make this an overlay. So we're going to go and click on the 3 dots again, and what we can do is we can go, we've got background under style, and then you've got background overlay. So go for background overlay, then just going to go for classic, and we can just go and add an overlay like that. So you can see you can go and change how intense that is. So if we go back into the overlay over here, so you can go and change the opacity. So if I change this to 0.2, let's say, just sort of like that, and now we can see it's looking like that. So I think that looks really nice. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to have a look, and we can go and decide on what's going to be our main tagline. So let's just go back over to our site over here, and what we're going to do is we're going to add a heading in here, and we can just go and put this into the center. Now when it comes to headings, you can change everything once again within style. So I'm just going to go and change this text color. So let's see what we can change it to. It's going to have to be something quite bright, and maybe I might just bring the opacity of the background down a bit. So let's go and change the opacity to something like that. So that looks pretty cool. And now we can go and change this. So what we can do is we're going to go to typography, and within typography you can go and choose your font that you want to use. So I'm going to go for a font called Domain. Now what I recommend looking at is Google font pairings. So if you just type in cool Google font pairings, and then from here you will see loads of different font pairings that you can potentially use for your drop servicing website. So just go and have a look in here at maybe some, once again, that might suit your niche or that you just think look cool, and go have a play around with it. So for today's tutorial, we're going to go for Domain, one called Domain, and we're going to go, and what we can actually do is we can go and set this up so that we don't have to make every single heading domain and all of our body text, so our subheadings, a different font. So let's go and set that up. So we're just going to hit update here, and basically that will update our page. Then if you click these three dots, we can go and click on view page. Now from here, if you want to go and set the default fonts for your website, you can go to customize over here, and then from here you can go to global. So go to global, and then you have typography, and then you have base typography. So over here, basically what you've got is your body. So anything that's smaller text like paragraphs and those types of things are going to be this. So we're going to go for Montserrat. So we're going to go for Montserrat for this, and then what we can do is we can go back, and all of our headings are going to be, we're going to go for domain. So all of our headings will be domain, and then hopefully that should change. So we want to change all of these headings here as well. So heading 1. So you can go and change different headings. So if we want a heading 2, heading 3 to be different, you can go and change them. But by default, headings H1 to H6, so that's just different size headings, will be domain. And then all of our body text will be Montserrat. So we can just go and hit publish now, and we can just go and close this once again. So now I'm going to go and hit edit with Elementor again, and then that way anytime I add different headings onto my website, it means it's already set up and I don't have to change it within the style area within Elementor itself. So like I said, what we're going to do now is we're going to go and add in a tagline. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just say architectural. Hopefully I spelled that right. No, I haven't. My spelling is pretty bad. And then we're going to say visualizations. Let's see if I get this one right. Yes, okay, I got that right. So my spelling's not that terrible. So there we go. So now we want to make this a little bit bigger. So we can go to style, and we can go to typography. So I'm going to make the weight, I'm going to make it a little bit thicker. So like something like that. And then I'm just going to make it a bit bigger. So let's say, yeah, that looks pretty cool. Architectural visualizations. So I like that. And now we can go and we can go and add in a text editor. So text editor basically will just add in a smaller kind of version of text, so a paragraph. So I'm going to go for style, and then you can go for center again. I'm going to change the color to white, and you can see it's added it as Montserrat because I've set that as the default font. And then I'm just going to go and change the size again. So let's go and see what this looks like. Ooh, that's a little bit way too big. It's 25 even still. 20. So this is a little bit of trial and error. So what I'm going to say in here is I'm going to say, let's see what they've got over here. So they've got get your style, your designs visualized. I'm going to say present your developments professionally. I like that. That sounds pretty cool. So we're just going to come in here, and where we've got content, I'm just going to go and paste this in, and we're just going to go and change this to a paragraph so that it's like that. Now what I'm actually going to do is, so when you are creating your website, it's fine to go and trial and error things and see how they look, of course. So I actually think I'm going to change this background, this red background. I think I'm going to change it to a bit of a darker color. So let's go back to our background overlay. I think I'm going to go and change it to this midnight blue color. So that's like this one over here. I'm just going to go and change it to that and just see. I think that looks a lot better already, a lot more clear. And if we just make it one notch darker, something like that. And then I'm just going to go and add another part of the tagline. And let's just go and add, let's see what else they've got over here. Convince the planning council more easily. That's pretty cool. We're going to say sell your project off plan. So what we're going to do is we're going to say sell your project off plan. Once again, change this to a paragraph. And we don't want to delete all of our text, so we're just going to bring this like this, and we're just going to put over here an and sign, and then we can grab all of this, we can go to style, and we can make it all the same size. So let's see, what we will do is let's go and delete this. So sometimes when you are creating sites with Elementor like this, it can be a little bit fiddly, and things might come out and start looking a bit weird, so you're going to have to just do them by hand. So present developments profession. See, so like I said, sometimes it can be a little bit weird. So if that ever does happen to you where you're doing something and it's acting a little bit weird, just hit update, hit view page. So you're basically coming out of Elementor, and then we'll just go back into it. So once again, we'll just hit edit with Elementor. And now it should start to act a little bit more normal. So we've got our hero image over here. So we've got architectural visualizations, sell your project off plan, and prevent developments professionally. Now, the person who is searching for this is going to know what that means. So try to use language that is relevant to the people within that niche. So obviously I'm not an expert with this, but I know architectural visualizations, that basically means that you're creating architectural models based off of something that you're going to create in real life, and then sell your project off plan and prevent developments professionally. So this is basically for property developers that want to go and sell their property before it's built. So they go and show people the plans first, and that way people just buy in, and before, like I said, the property is actually built. So you're going to want to go and put in some sort of language, and like I said, the easiest way to do this is to go and look at another site that is already doing it, and you can go and base your site off of that. So now that we have done that, we will start adding some more elements to our home page over here. So let's go and add in some more elements. So what I'm going to do is, next I'm going to go and add in some icon boxes like this. So I think these are pretty cool, and with pretty much any drop servicing site and most websites that you find, they always have these sort of icon boxes like this that explain the kind of services that you offer, but sum them up really quickly and really easily so that your customers can understand it exactly is what you are offering. So if we just come over here, we can just go and click the plus, and now we're going to click a 3 section. So I'm going to click a 3 section because I want to have 3 different icons like this. So once we do that, next up we're going to click the little grid over here so that we can go to all of the elements, and I'm going to go and type in icon. So we've got icon box. I'm going to go and put an icon box in there. Now I want to have a heading as well, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and add in a heading. So you can just go and drag a heading in. So sometimes, like I said, it can be fiddly, so if that doesn't work, what we can do is we can add the plus button, and we can just click plus single section, and then we can go and drag our heading into that single section there. So there we go, and we'll just make that into the center, and then I'm just going to say our services. So let's go and say our services, and we're going to make this a heading 1 just so it's a bit bigger. Now what you can do is you can always, so if we just go and have a look at this, you can see that there's not much gap there, so you can always go and add a gap in. So if you go and click on the actual element itself and go to advanced, and you can always go and add some padding. So if this link values together means if I add padding, so if I add 5, you can see it adds 5 to the right, top, left and bottom. So we just want to add it to the top really. So we can unlink this, and we can go and add, let's say 20 padding just to the top. So you can see now there's a bit more gap there. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to add a bit more. I'm going to add 40 in there. So let's see how that looks. So that's looking nice. Okay, so that looks pretty cool. And now we're going to go and create our icon boxes. So I'm going to go and base this off of this. So digital impressions of your projects and developments. So like I said, once again, when you find a site that you can base yours on, you're going to want to go and use the same language. You can also go and take some language from your actual Fiverr gig. So over here we can go and have a look at any of the language that he's using. So let's have a look at what he's got over here. I'm professional experience, architectural drawing, sketching, modeling and rendering. I help with any sort of work. So I could go and have a look maybe at some other ones. So if we open this back up, I can go and have a look at the different services that they're offering, and then I can go and use their language. So let's say this really expensive one over here, they're probably going to be using some pretty technical knowledge when it comes to architecture and architectural rendering. So let's go and have a look at some of the things that they're saying over here. So industrial product design. So let's go and have a look at this. Architectural and interior design, 3D. So let's go and have a look. 3D interior design, exterior design. So I could just go and say, let's just say for example, we can start with 3D interior design. So we're going to go and paste that in there, and I'm just going to go and make these capitals like this. 3D interior design, and let's make the D a capital as well, like that. And then we can go and search for an icon. So let's see, do they have a 3D icon? No. So let's go and see something that might be relevant to 3D. Or let's go for design. We could go for architect. Let's have a look. Architect. Let's see. Are any of these relevant? Not really. So when it comes to searching icon, I recommend you're just going to go and scroll. So I'm just going to go and scroll through and see if I can find an icon that's relevant to 3D design. So I'm just going to go for this pencil one over here. I think that could be relevant to 3D interior design. So then I'm just going to go and add in some information about this. So we will create realistic 3D interior designs for your real estate. So let's just say real estate projects, and then once again we can have a look at what they're offering. So we can say including kitchens, bathrooms, shops, offices, and many more. So we can say something like that, including kitchens. So let's say kitchens. Let's have a look. Sorry, I forgot. Kitchens, bathrooms, shops, offices, and more. Kitchens, bathrooms, shops, offices, and more. So there you go. So that's our first icon box created. Now I'm going to go and change the colors of this. So we're going to go to style over here, and now I can start incorporating some of my other colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my color picker, and I'm just going to choose this one. So let's just copy this, and we're going to go and make that our primary color. So over here we can just go and paste that in. So now you can see we've got the primary color like that, and then we're just going to leave the text the same color that it already is. Now the really great thing about Elementor that you can do, now I don't have to replicate this whole thing again, because I've already created this. Now I can just go and I can right click and I can hit duplicate, and then with this little pencil I can go and drag that in there. I can do right click, I can do duplicate, and once again I can just drag it over there. So now all of the styling and everything is done, and all I have to do is just change the text and then go and change the icons. So I'm just going to go and have a look. What can we do next? So we've done 3D design. We can do exterior design. So let's go for exterior design. So let's come over here, we'll go to content, and we'll go and just type in exterior design, and I'm just going to go and put in a capital D in there, and then I'm just going to go and say something like we can create exterior designs based on your project needs. We have worked on various projects, including luxury apartments, shopping malls, office complexes, and more. So you just go and say something like that. Now, like I said, you're going to have to, it might take you some time to perfect your copywriting so that you use, like I said, the language that is relevant to the people in your niche. And then you're just going to go, and once again, I'm going to go and find an icon that is relevant. So I'm just going to go for this one over here. So that looks pretty cool. And then finally, I'm just going to go and add in one more icon box. So for this one, I'm just going to go for animation, because I think that's a pretty important one. And then I'll just say we can, so let's start again. We can create realistic animations for your architectural, for some reason I don't know why I struggle with that word so much, but anyway, for your architectural projects to help you visualize your ideas and help them come to life. So something like that. That sounds pretty cool. And once again, I think I'm just going to add a little bit of space over here. So if we just click on this and go to advanced, and we can go and add some padding to the top. So let's say something like, say 30. Let's see what that looks like. 30, something like that. So now you can see our site is coming together. Still looking pretty plain. We've got a lot of work to do still, but still it's coming together, and we can see that it is coming to life. So that's really good. So now that we have added that, I'm just going to go and add in some other stuff. So what I'm going to go and add in next, I'm going to go and add in a portfolio, I think. So you can see here they've got a portfolio. I don't really know what this is supposed to be, but I'm going to go and add in a kind of portfolio of work. So I'm going to go and add in a portfolio of work over here. Now, this is pretty easy to go and add in. What we can do is we can just go and add a single area, and then over here we can go and type in gallery. So we can go for a basic gallery. So let's just go and add in a basic gallery over here, and now from here we can go and start adding some images to our gallery. So I've gone and got my gallery images together, and basically all I've done is I've taken a fair few images from loads of different gigs on here. And one thing to remember is you don't have to just drop service from one gig. So you can drop service from multiple different gigs. So it's okay to take images from multiple different gigs as well that you can go and display on your drop servicing site. So once you have gone and saved the images, you can go over to Canva, go to custom dimensions again, and this time we're going to go 1080 by 1080 and create a new design. And basically what you're going to do is you're just going to go and upload the images, and you're just going to resize them so that they are just square images, so that then we can add them to the gallery to our site. So we can go to uploads here, and then we can just go and click on upload an image, and then I can just go and upload one of these images. So let's just say this one for example. So we're just going to go and upload this image over here, and we're just going to add this in. And what you can do is you can just resize it, like I said, like that, and then that's 1080. So I can just go and download that so that it is a square image. So just go and do this for about 8 images. So I've just gone and already done this for my images. So we're just going to head back over to our site here, and then I'm going to go and add those images over here. So I'm going to go to upload files, select file, and then I'm just going to go into the gallery and add these 8 square images like this, and just go and hit open. So now I've added all of those images in. I can go and click on create new gallery and insert gallery. And now we should see that our gallery is just loading. Now what we can do is we can go and change the size. So let's go for medium. Let's go for medium large. Let's see what this looks like. So you can just go and muck around with it. So let's try large. And you can also go and change the columns. So if you wanted to have 2 like that as your gallery, I think personally that's a little bit big. We could go for 8, and once again that's a little bit too small. So I think 4 looks pretty good, and as you can see our gallery is looking pretty good. So that's looking pretty cool, and you can go and change the style. So you can go and change the spacing. So we could do custom spacing, so you can go and have it as 0 if you want to, so that they're all next to each other. You can go and do 1. I'm just going to do 5 like that. I think that looks pretty cool. And then you can go and add a border in if you want to. Now personally I think the border just looks a little bit tacky, so I'm just going to go for no border. And you can also add a caption as well, so add captions to your images. But personally, like I said, I think that just looks nice like that. Then what we're going to do is we are just going to go and duplicate this section over here. So just hit duplicate, and where we've got our services, we're just going to put that over here, and we can go and put in our work, and then you'll be able to see it like that. Now what we can do is as well, you'll notice over here that there's this kind of white area around the edges. Now we can go and get rid of that. So if we go over here, we can change any section to a full width section. So if we go and do that now, you can see it looks better, I personally think, as a full width section, because then it just makes the images look a little bit more prominent and allows the customer to see them just a little bit better. So basically you want to go and create a kind of portfolio area like that. So for whatever it is, if it's packaging, design, if it's modeling images, wherever it is, you're going to want to go and add an area on your homepage to display some of your best work. So now that we have done that, so we're just going to have a look at one over here. We can see that they've just got to contact us. Now what we are going to do next is we are actually going to go and add in our pricing. So we're going to go and add in a pricing structure. So we're going to have some pricing tables. So I'm going to go and have a look at their pricing tables over here, and we're going to go and add some pricing tables, and we're going to go and create those based off of the Fiverr gigs that we're going to be using to drop service our services. So we're going to go and create something that is similar to this, but instead of just having contact at the bottom, we want them to be able to purchase the package straight away. So we're going to go and add e-commerce functionality to our drop servicing site as well later on. So let's go and once again just duplicate this section over here, and you can just grab it and let's go and drag it over here. And now I'm just going to go and change this to pricing. So now we're going to have our pricing over here. So now what we're going to do is let's go and create some pricing tables. So in order to add a pricing table, we need to install another plugin. So just go and hit update over here, and then from here we're just going to go hit the three dots and click exit to dashboard, and we will be installing a plugin called Elements Kit, and this is basically a third-party plugin that allows you to add pre-made sections to your site. So these have been pre-made with the Elementor plugin. So go to plugins over here, and we're just going to go to add new. And then from here, we're just going to go and type in Elements Kit and just hit enter. And then we should see it's the first one that comes up over here on the left. So this Elements Kit one. So just go and hit install now. And then once that has finished installing, just go and click on activate. And then once it has activated, you will see Elements Kit over here. So what we can do now is we can go back to the front end of our drop servicing website, and we can go and hit edit with Elementor. And once Elementor has finished loading, we can just scroll down back to where it says pricing, and we can go, and now we see we've got this Elements Kit icon over here. So just go and click on this, and then what we're going to do, we're going to go and click on sections. So with Elements Kit, there's loads of pre-made templates and layouts. So there are cool things in here that maybe you want to go and test out as well. But for now, we're just going to go to sections over here. And what we can do from the sections, we're going to scroll down. So just on the left hand side here, let's just give it a moment to load. So now we're going to scroll down, and we're going to see pricing over here. So just go and click on pricing, and now we can see we've got these pricing tables. So just go and click on insert, and then once it has finished inserting, we can see we've got our pricing table over here. Now we don't need this section over here because I've already got my pricing heading. So I'm just going to go and delete that section, and now we're just going to go, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and copy this, and now I'm just going to go and hit the plus button and the plus, and just create a single area, and I'm just going to go and paste it in there. So now we can see we've got our pricing tables over here. Now we can just delete this area over here. So let's just delete that. And now we can see that our pricing tables come up right under our pricing heading, and we can just go and delete this section over here. So now we've got all of our pricing tables, and we can begin to edit them. So in order to edit them, we can go and click on the little pencil icon over here, and from here we can actually start editing. So let's just click on got it. We can start editing all of our pricing tables. So for this first pricing table, I'm just going to have a look at the pricing table from the Fiverr gig that I'll be using. So these are the 3 pricing tables. So I'm just going to go and copy some of the information over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for project size in square feet. So firstly, we've got free over here. Now I'm not going to offer any of my services for free. So what we are going to do is we're just going to go and change this, and let's just see what their package names that they have. So we're going to go for basic, standard, and premium. Let's just call it that. So we're going to call this one basic, and then within the price tag we're going to mark up the pricing. So this one is just $5, so I'm going to mark this up to around $40. So we're just going to go for $40, and not within currency, so sorry, just get rid of that. We're going to change this one here to a 4, so just $40, or you can go and do it something like $39.99, and it doesn't have to have a duration, so you can just go and delete this. So let's just go and leave it in with a dot. So there you go, $39.99, like that. And then we've got the features over here. So with the features, we're just going to go and copy some of these. So we've got project size in square feet. So I'm just going to go and enter that in, and then I'm just going to say 200. So we've done that. Then we've got included 2D drawings. So we can go and put this in, and we can just put 1. So included 2D drawings is 1, and then we can also go and put in revisions. So let's go and enter in revisions here, and we're just going to put in 1. So basically all we've done is duplicated this over here but onto our site. And now what we can do is we can just go and change some of the information so that it reflects some of the other plans that the FiberGig offers. So what we can do is, instead of rewriting all of this again, we can just right click and hit duplicate. So now we've got another pricing table, and we can just go and delete this one. So now we've got this other basic pricing table, so we can go and click on this one to edit it. So let's just click on the pencil icon over here, and now we're just going to go and change this one to standard. So let's change it to standard, like that. So now we've got our standard one, and let's see how much it costs. So it's costing, I think that's probably around $30. So I'm going to mark this up to $70. So we're going to make this $69.99. So we'll go to price tag, and we can just change this to a 6. So that's going to be $69.99. And then within the features, we can just go and change what we need. So we can change the square feet to 300 over here. So that's going to be 300. Then we can go and change the included 2D drawings, so it's still 1. And then we can go and add in the rendering. So we can say, let's copy this, and then we're just going to paste it below, and we're going to go and say rendering. So now we've got rendering 1, and then we can go and change the revisions to 2, and let's see if there's anything else that we should add. So we've got 3D modeling, so we're also going to go and just add in 3D modeling as well. So then we can just go and put this below here, so like that. So now we've got 3D modeling, and let's go and just put another one below. Let's see if it's going to let us. So we'll just add a break in. So let's copy that and add a break in here. There we go. So now we've got our standard package, and then finally we can go and leave this. So you want to have one of your packages standing out like they've got here. So that's what a lot of sites do, because it kind of just draws the attention, and generally you're going to go for the more expensive one is going to be the one that's standing out. So we're going to go and leave this one over here as our enterprise one, and what have they called it? So we're just going to call it premium. So let's call this one premium, or we could just leave it as enterprise. I'm just going to leave it as enterprise because I think that sounds pretty cool. So now we can go and change the price of this. So let's go and have a look at the price. So that's around, again, let's say that's $140. I'm going to mark this up to $200. So I think I'm actually going to mark this one up a little bit higher as well. So I'm going to go and change this one to $99.99. And then I'm going to go and change this one. So this one is going to be $200. So $199.99. So $199.99. And then we can just leave this as a dot. So let's see, we might have to just make this one 200. So the only frustrating thing about using these free tables is that you have to have something in the duration. So when you add the dot there, it kind of just, if it's too many, so if I go and add in something in here, if it's too many, then it's just going to make it a little bit too long and the dots will come up here. So one thing we can actually do is we can do 199 and we can put dot 99 in here, 199.99, like that. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to go onto this one and we're going to copy all of these features. So let's go and copy all of these, and then we're just going to paste them into the features of this one. So we'll go to features and we'll just go and paste that in there. And now once again we can just go and change it. So we can put high level of detail in here. So let's go and add in high level of detail in here and add in a break like this. So now we've got project size in square feet is going to be 900. So let's change this to 900. And then we've got included 2D drawings. So let's have a look. Included 2D drawings is going to be 2. So we can go and change that to 2. And then we've got rendering is going to be 3. And we've got revisions is going to be 3. And then we've got high level of detail as well. Is there anything else that I need to add? Planning and design alternatives. I guess I can add that in as well. So we can also go and add that in. So let's go under here and we'll add in that, and then we'll just copy this break. So this BR just means break. It just means that the text will show one line under. So we'll just add that in. And that's basically it. So we've got project size 900 square feet, included 2D drawings 2, rendering 3, 3D modeling, planning, design, alternatives, high level of detail, revisions 3. So now that we've got that, I've noticed just here I've got 3D modeling twice. So let's just go and change that. So we'll just get rid of this one. We don't need that. And we're just going to go and hit update. So now we've got our pricing plans, and I'm just going to go and add in one more for a video. So what we can go and do is let's go and have a look at if any of these people are offering videos. So we'll just go back over here and we're just going to go and copy one of the gigs that are offering videos. So you can, like I said, you can use multiple different gigs for your drop servicing site. You don't just have to use one gig. It is obviously easier if you're using one gig because you know exactly who you're going to be purchasing the gig from once somebody makes an order on your site. So that way it does make it a little bit easier. But overall, it's okay. You can still go and use multiple gigs. So let's go and have a look at this one. I think he does videos. So let's just go and click on here. And we're just going to go and add in one of his videos. Unless this is the one that I've already clicked on. Let's have a look. Is this the same one as this one? I think it may be. Yes, it is. So let's go and see any other ones that make videos. Let's have a look at this one. That's the one I've already looked at. So let's see. So what we're going to do is, as a matter of fact, we're just going to use what this website here is using. So we're just going to go for 3D video walkthrough, and from here we can go and change this. So we'll call this premium. So we've got enterprise and we have premium, and then we're going to change the price, and the price is going to be, so what have they got? They've got £30 per second. Wow, that's quite expensive. So let's say $30. We're going to change this to $29.99. We could say per second. So $29.99 per second, and then we can go and add in our features. So let's see what they've got for theirs. Final price is worked out after seeing the project details and the shots required. So we can just say something like that, and then you can always go and we can add a contact button to this one. So we'll go and add a contact button over here so that the person needs to contact us directly for that one, so we can go and discuss it with them further. So let's go and change this to contact. So that's the only one where they have to contact us. The rest of them, they can just choose the plan and check out. So we will be adding the e-commerce functionality later on in the tutorial, so that when somebody just clicks choose plan, then they can go straight and check out. Now, what I need to do next is go and I need to change the colors to make it match the rest of my site. So what we're going to do is we can go to, I probably should have done this actually earlier so that we could have just duplicated it, but that's okay. We can just go and do it now. So we're going to go to style and we're going to go to price tag. So let's open up the price tag, and then we're going to go and change the color. So we're going to change it to this purple color over here. So let's just go and find the purplish color. So for whatever reason it's not showing, so let's just go back to the top, and I'm just going to go to pick color, and I'm just going to pick this one, and now I can copy it. So now we're going to go and scroll back down, and we're just going to go and change these. So I'm just going to go and quickly change all of the styling to these. So I'll just do it for one, just so I can show you how to do it, and then I'm going to go and change it for all of them. So let's just go and change the styling. So the color over here is the price. So then we also have the hover color. So when we hover over it, we can see it's going pink. So I want to go and change this as well. So if we go to advanced over here, and we go to background, and we go to hover, and now I can change it so that it goes like that. So we can see that looks a lot nicer. So the last thing that I just want to do is actually go and change the button. Now let me just have a look if I'm actually using this sort of pinkish color anyway. So to be honest with you, I probably could just keep that how it is. So that looks pretty nice. So now we just need to go and do that for the rest of these. So I'm just going to go quickly and do that for the rest of these, and I'll meet you back here in one moment. So I've just gone and updated all of the tables. So now they look like this. So that's looking really good. So that's really nice. And we're just going to go and add some spacing in here. So if we just come to the top of this inner section, and we can just go and add some spacing. So we're just going to go and add some padding to the top. So about 20, something like that. Let's see how that looks. Yep, that looks really nice. And I'm just going to go and see how it looks if it is a full width section, just to see what it looks like, just to see if it makes any difference. So this one over here needs to be a full width section as well. And I think that actually looks a lot nicer when it's full width like that. It doesn't look so squashed up together. So we're just going to leave that as a full width section. So now we have gone and created our pricing tables. It's looking really good. Our site's actually starting to come together, and you can clearly see what we are drop servicing, and we've got some good visuals of our work. Now when it comes to the our work area, you might want to go and add in a few more visuals, and we will go and create a whole page that's going to show our work as well. Just because, for example, this one over here where it says that we're offering $29.99 per second. Well, if they can't see any of the videos within the our work section, no one's ever going to go and purchase this. So we would want to go and show the work and break it down into the individual sections, so people can see what they're going to get for the package that they purchase. So like I said, you might want to go and elaborate on the our work section, and I will be showing you how you can go and create a page just for this on its own as well later on. So what we are going to do next, we are actually just going to go and create a contact us form, and that's basically just going to be the last part of our homepage. It's just going to be a contact us form, and then once we have done that, then we will go and start setting up the e-commerce functionality so people can just purchase this and check out right away. So once again, let's go and copy this over here, and we're just going to go and paste it in here, and now we're just going to go and call this contact us. So now that we've got that, we are going to go and create a contact us form. So in order to do this, what we can do is we're going to go back to our WordPress dashboard, and then from our WordPress dashboard, we're going to go to plugins, we're going to go to add new, and then over here we're going to go and type in WP forms and just hit enter, and then we're going to go and install this one. So it looks like a little teddy bear. So just go and click on install. And then once it has finished installing, we'll go and hit activate. And now we can see that WP Forms has been activated. So now let's go and create our first form over here. And then from here, we're just going to go and choose a simple contact form. So click on create a simple contact form. And then from here, we will see we've got a simple contact form already created. So this is really easy to create. Now what we're going to want to do, you can go and change some of the options for this. So if we go to field options, you can go and change the name, first, last, whatever you want to go and change within here. And in the advanced options as well, you can go and change some of the stuff. But really and truly, you're going to want to go and just keep it as it is. It's a simple contact form where people can contact you. So now if we go to settings, we're going to go to the notifications. Now it's going to get sent. So basically what this means is when somebody contacts you, where will it get sent? So it's going to go and be sent to the admin email. So this is the email address that you used when you first installed WordPress. Now you can go and change this, and what I recommend doing is having a professional email address. Now it's really easy to create a professional email address with SiteGround. So if we go over to SiteGround over here, and basically within your site tools, what you can do is you can go to email over here, you can go to accounts, and then what you can do is with your domain, you can go and create an email account. So I can go and create something like contact at, and then that's your domain, and then just go and choose a password. So choose a password, and then just going to go and hit create. So now you will see that you've got your professional email address down here, and all you need to do then is just go, once you have created it, you can just go log into webmail, and that will basically go and create you an inbox where you can receive emails. So we're going to go and copy this, and now we're just going to go and paste this in here. So every time somebody sends or fills out our contact form, it will be sent to our professional email address. Now the email subject is just going to be this. So basically when it comes through, you're just going to see this. Then you can see it's from, so you can go and put it as the name of your site. So from your domain, and then the from email once again will just be, you can just put this in. So it doesn't really matter who it's from because it's just the person who's filling it out. So that's all you need to do. And then you've got confirmations as well. So this is just the message that the person sees once they hit submit on the contact form. So you just see, thanks for contacting us, we'll be in touch with you shortly. Now you can go and put in a few, like a time frame in here. So we'll be in touch with you in 3 to 5 working days or something like that, whatever you want to put in, depending on how much time you have and if you think that you can answer your emails fairly quickly. So then you can just hit save, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to hit embed over here, and you're just going to go and copy this. So just go and copy this code over here, and once you've copied that, what we're going to do is we can just go and exit this. So just hit the X over here, and now we're just going to go and embed this contact form. So we're going to go back to the front end of our drop servicing website, and we're going to go and hit edit with Elementor. And now Elementor has loaded. We can scroll down and we can hit the plus button here. We can choose a singular section over here, and now what we can do is when we hit the grid, go and type in shortcode. So drag a shortcode into here, and now we're just going to paste that shortcode we copied, and now you can see we've got our simple contact form, and it's that simple. So it's really easy to go and do this. Then we just go and hit update, and let's go and have a look at how our page is looking. So let's go and see our home page. So if we scroll down over here, we've got firstly what our drop servicing website is all about and some images of it. Then we've got the services that we offer, so all of the different services. Then some pictures of our work, and people can go and click on this as well and just scroll through the different images of our work. And like I said, if you want to add a video, you can in there as well, and they can just close this. And then if we scroll down, we have the pricing tables, so different prices for what we offer. And then finally, we've got our contact us form just at the bottom. So now that we have basically completed our homepage, what we are going to do for our homepage is we're going to make it a one-page homepage where people can just click and it will bring them down. So they can click services, it will bring them to here. They can click portfolio, it will bring them to here. And then they can click pricing, it will bring them to here. And finally, they can click contact and it will bring them down to this section. And that's a really easy way to run your drop servicing site. You don't have to create loads of different pages, because everything pretty much that the customer needs to know can all be on one page. And like I said, you can create another page for your portfolio if you want to, once you start getting more orders and once you actually have different work to show that you've ordered from the Fiverr gigs, then you can create a dedicated page just for this section. But when you're first starting out, you can just create it as a one-page site because it makes it so much easier to manage. So in order to do this, we're just going to go and hit edit with Elementor. And once Elementor loads once again, we can actually go and create this as a one-page site now. So in order to do that, we're going to go and click on the little grid icon over here once again. And within search widget, we're going to go and type anchor. So you will see menu anchor over here. So we can go and drag our menu anchor here, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to go and add in the name of this. So for this one, we can go and call it services. So that's going to be our first menu anchor, services. Then we can add another menu anchor in. So let's type in anchor again and then we're just going to call this one portfolio. And then we've got pricing. So once again, we can go and type in anchor, drag it over here, and we can type in pricing. And then finally, we've got the contact us section. So we can type in anchor, put it under here, and we'll call this contact us. So now we've got contact us. Actually, let's just call this contact. It makes it easier. So just call it contact. So we've got contact, pricing, portfolio, and services. So now we can go and hit update, and what we can do is we can go and create a menu that's going to link to all of these. So in order to do that, we're going to go and exit to the dashboard over here, and then from here we're going to go to appearance, we're going to go to menus, and then from here we can create our menu. So go and type in, you can call your menu whatever you want, but I always just call it main menu. So this is what's going to be up in the header. So click on create menu over here. And then from here, what we can do is we can go and add custom links. So firstly, for our custom link, the first one. So when you're adding a custom link, you want to add this part of your domain plus the slash. So add that in. And then you're going to go and add in a hashtag. So hashtag, and the first one that we had was services. So then just put services in here and add to menu. And then the next one that we're going to add is going to be the portfolio one. So it's going to be hashtag portfolio. And then you can call this portfolio and add to menu. And then the next one we had was pricing, so we're going to do hashtag pricing, and we can call this pricing, add to menu. And then the last one that we had, so we're going to paste that in, was hashtag contact, and we can go and put in contact us and click add to menu. So then just go and hit save menu over here, and then we're going to go and tick it as the primary menu. So once again, tick it as a primary menu and hit save. And now we can go and test our menu out. So let's go and let's wait for that to save. And once that has finished saving, let's go and we can click. So let me just hit save one more time. And now that has finished saving, let's go. So we can just hit leave. It should have saved, so don't worry if you're getting that error message. So now if we hit services, we can see it comes down to here. If we hit portfolio, it comes to here. If we hit pricing, it comes to our pricing tables. If we hit contact us, it brings us to the contact us section. Now you will notice that I haven't actually set up my global colors. So if we go to customize over here, we can go and change the colors of the links. So now that our customize area has loaded, we can go to global, we can go to colors, we can go to base colors. So you'll see the theme color. I'm going to change it to my theme color over here. And then we've got link color. So we can change the link color like this. And that should hopefully, yeah, so you can see it changes the color of these. And now we can just go and hit publish, and we can just close this. So basically that is our home page. So it's looking really good. It's come together pretty well, and we've got all of the information that we pretty much need. Now, like I said, you might want to go and add in a slider in here if you want to go and show off some more of your work as well. So similar to how this website has done it. So you can see they've added in an image slider. So I will just show you very quickly how you can do that. So just go and hit edit with Elementor. So once Elementor loads, from here you can go and create a slideshow. So it's really easy to do this. If you go to edit the section over here, and then over here in style, if you go to background, you can go and click on this little slideshow button. So if we just go and click on this, and then from here we can go and add some images to our slideshow. So if I just go to upload files over here, sorry, to media, and we just scroll down, and I can just go and let's say add these 3 images over here, click on create new gallery, and just click on insert gallery, and then that's going to go and create a slider. So if we just go and open this up, we should see that these images change every couple of seconds. So there you go, you can see that that one just changed there. So it's really easy to go and create a slider like that, just so you can show some different visuals to your potential customers. Now, another thing that I just wanted to show you as well is that you can also go and change the contact us form to make it look a little bit nicer. So in order to do this, if I just click on this plus button over here, I can go and choose this elements kit again. So if we just choose this, and then we can go to sections again, and we can go and choose a WP forms section. So if we just scroll down, you see WP form, and then you can go and choose whichever one you think looks best. So I'm just going to go and click insert on this one over here. And now we can see that we've got contact form. So if we go and click on the pencil icon on this little forms elements over here, then we can go and select our simple contact form, and it comes up like that. So now we can get rid of this one over here, and we can get rid of the heading. So let's just delete that. And now we can see we've got our contact us form. And I personally think that that just looks a lot nicer than the previous one. So that's how you can go and just add a contact us form that looks a little bit nicer. So now that we have done that, what we are going to do next, we are going to go and add the e-commerce functionality to our website, so that when somebody clicks choose plan, it will just bring them straight to the checkout, and they can go and make a purchase for one of our services. So let's just go and hit updates over here. And what we're going to do next is we are going to go and click exit to dashboard. So we're going to go back to our WordPress dashboard, and then like I said, from here we can go and add the e-commerce functionality. So we're going to go to plugins, and we're going to go to add new plugin, and then from here we're going to go and type in CartFlows. So just go and type in CartFlows, and then you will see this funnel builder by CartFlows. So just go and click on install now, and then once that has finished installing, just go and click on activate over here. And once that has activated, we will now see CartFlows over here. So go to CartFlows and click on flows over here. And from here, you should see no flow. So I'm just going to go and trash this just so I can show you what yours will look like. So it will just be plain like this. So let me just go and delete this permanently, just so it's not showing anymore. And then when you click on flows, it should just show clean like this, saying no posts found. So what you're going to do is you're going to go and click on add new, and you will see loads of different templates. Some of them are pro, which means that they're paid, but that doesn't matter because we don't need to use any of those. So we're going to go and choose this one over here called inline checkout. Now it's going to say install and activate WooCommerce. So firstly, we need to go and do that. So WooCommerce is what adds the e-commerce functionality to a WordPress website. So go and click install, and it will say install and activating. So just give it a few moments. And once you click on install and activate, and it has finished, it will bring you back over here. So we can scroll down now, and now we can see inline checkout. So that's just, we're just going to be using the checkout page, and we can go and click import. So it's going to say importing step 1 of 2. So just wait for that to finish. Now, once you do that, you should be brought over to this page. If you're not brought over to this page and you're brought to a WooCommerce setup page, then you can just go and skip that WooCommerce setup page, and it should bring you back here. So just go and skip that, and now you should see WooCommerce over here with products and also with CartFlows. So we can go and add a title. So we're just going to go and call this, let's just call this service 1. So this is going to be our first service, or you can go and name it after the service that you're offering. So if I go and open up the front end of my website, so my homepage, and we can go and have a look at what I called my first one. So this is called basic. So we can just call this basic service. And then we can just go and hit update. So now we have got a checkout page for our basic service, but before we go any further, we need to go and create a product. So in order to create a product, we're going to go to products over here, and we're going to go and click on add new product over here. Now from here, we can go and name our product. So we can name our product once again just the same thing. So this one's going to be just the basic package. And then from here, we can go and put the price of our product. So we can see the price, $39.99. So I can go and choose $39.99. Now, what you may notice is this is in dollars, and my store is in pounds. So I'll be showing you later on within the WooCommerce settings how you can go and change that. So for now, don't worry too much about that. If you're in the US, then you can go and change this to dollars, or if you're in the UK, you can change it to pounds, or whatever country you're in. If you're in Europe, you can change it to euros. So don't worry about this for now. So all we're going to do is enter in our price over here. Now, once we have done that, we can actually go and put this as a virtual product. So basically that just means there's no shipping for this product, because it's not going to be shipped out. It's not a real product that we're going to send out. It's going to be a document or something of that nature. So now that we've done that, we can just go over here, and we can also add a category if you want to. So when we go to add category, we can go and type in our categories. So I can go and just add in rendering, or I can, let's try and spell this again, architectural. I know I'm not going to spell it right, so don't worry guys, you know me. So let's call it architectural rendering, and then that's going to be our category, and then we can just hit publish like this. So now that we've done that, we have created our first product. So what we can do is we can go and add this product to our checkout page now. So if we go to flows again, so go to CartFlow and click on flows over here. And then from here, we can go and edit our basic service flow. So go and click on edit over here. And now we can go and edit our checkout page. So what we can do is we can go over here and we can click on edit over here. And then from here, we can go and edit this. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to change the name. So this is going to be the basic checkout page, and then we're going to edit the permalink so that it matches it. So this is going to be the basic checkout page as well. So once we have done that, now we're going to assign a product. So over here where it says checkout layout, we can select the product. So once you just come in here and just go type in the product that you just created, so basic package, and we can just hit, sorry, not add new, we don't need to add new, let's just remove that. So we've added this product already. So over here we've got, if we go to checkout design, you can go and change the primary color. So I'm going to go and change it to this purple color that I've been using throughout. So let's go and change it to that. And then you can go and change the font family. So mine, I've been using Montserrat. So I'm just going to go and change it to that. And then we can just go and hit update. So let's just hit update on this. And now we can see that this has been updated. So what we're going to do next is now we can go hit edit with Elementor. Now once we hit edit with Elementor, we will see that we've got this checkout page over here. So basically we don't really need any of this. So we can actually just start deleting a lot of this stuff because we've already kind of sold them on it. Once they hit get this package, so once they hit choose plan, we want them to just go to the checkout and it to be just as simple as possible for them to enter in their information. So we can just go and delete this. We can delete this. We can delete this. Delete this. And get rid of this. Now you can go and keep in some of these. So if I just undo that, so just Control Z that, you can go and keep in what our clients say if you want, and then you can go and add some testimonials in here. So once you actually start getting some clients, you can go and change these testimonials to real people, of course, if you want to. Now for me personally, I'm just going to get rid of it for now. And I'm just going to get rid of this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this as well. And basically just get rid of everything. Now this over here, this is the checkout. So you can see the shortcode is the CartFlows checkout. Now the only thing I'm going to add is I'm just going to add one simple thing. I'm just going to add a banner. So I'm going to drag that above my checkout like this. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to change the background. So I'm going to change the background to an image. So let's just go and pick, let's just say this image over here. That looks pretty nice. And then what we're going to do is we're going to change the layout. So we're going to change it to a minimum height. And then we're going to go and change the image style. So we're going to change it to not contain, we're going to change it to cover. And then the position is going to be bottom center. So I'm just going to go and change it to that. And then I'm going to add a background overlay. So let's add a background overlay to this. And not image, we're going to change it to a color, and I'm just going to change it to that purple color. And then from here I'm just going to go and drag a heading into here, and I'm going to center align it, and I'm just going to go and change the text color to white, change the typography to domain. So let's change the typography to this, and then we're going to go and change the size. So let's go and change it to something like 50. And then we're just going to go and we're just going to go put on package name. Basic package. Oops. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go and copy this information here just to our checkout. So we're going to have the basic package like that. And then what we can do is let's see what we can add. So if we come down here, we can go and add like a list. So let's add, we could try, if I type in icon list. So we're going to go for an icon list, and we're just going to drag that in there. Once again, let's center align it, and we're just going to go and copy this information. So we're going to go for project size, square feet is going to be our first item list like that. And then second item list is going to be this one over here. So let's go and change the heading for that. And then the third icon list is going to be revisions 1, just so the customer is reminded of what they are getting. So once we've done that, we can just go, you can go and change the icons if you want. So I'm just going to make them all a tick. So let's go and type in check. And we're just going to choose, I like this round check. I think it looks nicer. So I'm going to go and change this one over here as well. So let's type in check again, and we'll change it to that one. And finally, the last one over here is going to be a check as well. So let's go and type in check and hit insert. And then we can just go and change the styling of this. So what we can do is we can go, we've got icon. So I'm just going to change the icon color to white. And then I'm going to go and change the text color to white and the typography. So I'm going to go and change it to Montserrat, the font that I'm using. And we can change the size. Let's have a look. Let's try 25 so that they can see it. So it's pretty prominent. And I'm just going to change the weight as well, make it a little bit thicker. Let's try something like that. So that looks pretty cool. And now we can just go and hit update. So now if we view the page, we can see it's just a checkout page like that. So all they have to do is they just go and get their basic package, and then they just check out. And then what we're going to do is once we receive the order, then we can go and email them to actually start the project. Now it depends what service you're actually drop servicing. So for this one, there's going to be a lot of email communication. So once we receive the order, then we're going to email the client. So we'll go through this, how we can fulfill orders later on, but just give you a brief overview so you kind of understand it before we actually start going through the steps. They're going to make the order, then we're going to email them and say we want to start your project, and you're going to go and get some information from them based off of the project that they want you to start. But this is an easy way to go and just get them to check out seamlessly, and like I said over here, they can be reminded of what they are going to get, and then they can just enter in all of their information. So now that we have done that, we can go and click edit step, because now we're going to go and edit the thank you page. So we've done and we've completed our checkout page. So what we're going to do next is go back to edit flow over here, and then we're going to go to thank you page. So we're going to go to edit over here, and then from here we're just going to go change this to basic thank you page, because it's the basic package thank you page. And once again, we're going to paste that into the permalink and click OK. And we don't really need to do anything else to this. So all we need to do now is just hit update over here, and then we're going to edit this with Elementor once again. So now we're just going to go and hit edit with Elementor. Now once Elementor loads, you will see this page over here load, and all we can do now is just go and change some of the colors so that it matches the rest of our branding. So we can just go to style over here, and we've got the background color. So I'm just going to change it to this background color. Then I'm going to go and change the icon. So I'm going to change the icon to white, and then you can just go and change the content. So you can say thank you for your order, and then we can just put in here a member of our team will be in contact with you shortly to discuss your project. And that's all you need to put. And then we've just got this little triangle bit over here, so we need to, I believe that is an image. So let's see how we can get rid of that, because we don't want it to be that color. So let's just have a look over here, see if we can locate it. So within background, let's have a look if I can find this. So it's just under shape divider. Sorry, I just lost my bearings for a second there. So we've got shape divider, and we can just change that to my purple color as well. So now we've got thank you for your order. A member of our team will be in contact with you shortly to discuss your project. And that's that. And you can also have over here join the community if you want to, just with, this is Facebook, Twitter, and I believe this is Google Hangouts maybe, but I'm just going to get rid of this for now. I don't think that's really necessary. And now we can just go and hit view page. Now when we hit view page, it is just going to say order not found, because we haven't actually made an order. But basically, when the customer makes a purchase over here, it will just give them a summary of the package that they have purchased. And that's a really nice way to just take them through the whole process. So if they click on choose plan, it brings them to the checkout, and then it brings them to the thank you page. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and duplicate that for these two plans over here as well. So we're going to go and duplicate that. So what we can do is we can go back to our WordPress dashboard over here. Now from our WordPress dashboard, we can go and replicate the checkout and thank you page that we just created for the basic package, and we can go and do this for the standard package now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to products again and go to all products, because we need to go and create the package as a product first so that we can link it to our checkout. So you can see over here I've already gone and duplicated the products. So what you can do is with your basic package, you can just go and hit the duplicate button. So I'll just go and show you how to do this. So you hit duplicate over here, and then from here it will make a copy. So what you can then do is from here you can just go and call this the same as your package name. So this one's going to be standard. So over here I can just go and type in standard, and then I can just get rid of this standard package, and then you can just copy this, and you're just going to paste this in here and hit OK. So you're just going to go and do that. Now you can see for me it's calling this standard package 2 because I've already got the other one that I've already duplicated as standard package. Then all you're going to do is come down here and change the price. So my one is $99.99. So you just go and do that, and then that's it. So once you have done that, you just go and hit publish. Now I'm not going to publish this one because I've already gone and duplicated my packages, so I don't need to actually publish it. So what I'm going to do is this basic copy one, I'm just going to go and trash this. So what I recommend doing actually whilst you're in here, just go and create your other one as well. So go and create your enterprise package as well, and that will just save you time from doing it later on. So like I said, I'm just going to go and trash this draft over here. So let's just hit trash on this. And then if you ever trash a package or a product, should I say, if you trash something, I always recommend just deleting it from the trash as well, because it just takes up space on your website. So just unnecessary space that you don't really need to take up. So you can just come in here and click on delete permanently. So as you can see, I've gone and duplicated my products. So that's really easy. So now we've done that, we can come over to CartFlows, and we can go and click on flows over here, and then we've got our basic service flow. So what we are going to do is we are going to go and actually open this up, and then we can go and copy it. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click this and just open it in a new tab. So we're going to open our original package, our original flow of CartFlows in a new tab, and then we are going to go and we're going to hit edit on our checkout page. So we'll just open this up in a new tab as well. As a matter of fact, I can just open this up in its own tab, and then we're just going to go and hit edit with Elementor, because what we're going to do is we're just going to copy everything from here, and we're just going to paste it over to the checkout page for our other package. So now that's just opening. What we can do is we can come back over here, and we can go and create a new flow. So by doing that, we just have to hit add new. Now just something worth noting, you can only have 3 flows within CartFlow, so 3 checkouts and thank you pages with the free version of CartFlows. So you can only create 3. Now it just happens to work out that I've only got 3 packages, so that's good. But if you have more than 3 packages, then you are going to have to upgrade to the premium version of CartFlows. So we'll leave a link in the description to CartFlows. But like I said, when you're just starting out with drop servicing, then you only really need 3 packages anyway, because most Fiverr gigs come with 3 different levels. So you're just going to be copying those anyway. So like I said, you're not really going to need to upgrade your CartFlows plugin until maybe you want to start offering different services, because I've got these 3 packages, and this one they're just going to contact me, so it doesn't need a checkout or a thank you page. So I just thought I would mention that in case you have gone and created loads of different packages on your site, and then you can't go and create checkout pages for each one. So what we're going to do is we are going to go and hit add new over here, and once again we're just going to use this inline checkout. So we're just going to hit import once again, and it's just going to finish importing that. And once it has finished importing, it will bring us over here. So now I'm going to call this standard service. So we'll just call it that, and then we're going to go and hit update. And then once it has finished updating, we can go and edit the checkout page first. So let's go and click edit checkout page. So once we have done that, I'm going to just go and call this standard checkout, and then we're just going to copy that, and we're going to go and paste it into the permalink and hit OK. And now we're going to go and hit edit with, cancel, let's hit update, and then we're going to edit with Elementor. So now that we've updated it, let's just go and hit edit with Elementor now. Now once Elementor loads, what we can do is we can just delete everything on here once again like we did originally. So just delete everything, get rid of it all apart from this checkout area. Now what we can do is we can come over to our basic package page where we've got edit section. We can right click on this and click copy, and then over here we can go and hit paste. So right click and hit paste, then we can just drag this up here, and now we basically have our page replicated, and we can just go and change some of this. So I can go and change this to standard package, and then I can just go and add what we've got in our standard package. So we've got project size is 300. So over here I can just go and change what's in here. So we can go, so let's open this up. I can go and paste that in, and I can go and copy this, and I can go and paste it in here. And then we've got rendering is 1. So what I'm going to do is over here you can hit the duplicate button, and I'm just going to go and type in rendering 1, and then as part of the package we also have 3D modeling and 2 revisions. So I'll hit that, and in here I'll put 3D modeling, and then finally revisions is going to be 2. So that's basically it. So now we can just go and hit update, and now we can go and view the page. Now one thing that we do need to do with each step as well is to go and allocate the product. So you can see there's no product is selected. So if you get this over here, you can just go and hit edit step, and then from here if we scroll down we can go to select product, and I can go and type in standard package and just hit update. And now all we're going to do is going to do that for our thank you page as well. So let's go back to edit flow over here. So I'm just going to go and click on back to edit flow, and now from here I can go and edit the thank you page. So let's go and hit edit over here, and then from here we are going to call this standard thank you page, copy this, put it into the permalink, hit OK, hit update, and once it updates we can scroll down and we can hit edit with Elementor. And now from here we can just click on exit to dashboard, and we're just going to go and copy our thank you page that we've already created. So now we can go back to edit flow from our basic checkout page, and from here we can go to our basic thank you page. So we can go and hit edit on that one, and then from here we can go and hit edit with Elementor. Now once our basic thank you page loads with Elementor, what we can do is once again we can right click on the section, click copy, then we can come over to our standard thank you page. We can just delete this section over here, and we can also delete this section here as well because we're not going to use that. So we've deleted both of those, and then we can right click on the plus and we can just hit paste. So now we've pasted that in there, we can just drag that above here. And then the last thing to do is just go and change the shape divider. So we can click on edit section over here on this little one, and then we've got shape divider, and I'm just going to go and change the color. So there's the purple color, and we're just going to go and change that to this. And now we've created our standard thank you page. So we can just go and hit update, and now we can hit view page. So basically both of the thank you pages are the same, but they're for different packages. So we've got one for our basic package and one for our standard package, and then all you're going to do is repeat the entire process for your final package, so for your enterprise package. So for your checkout page you're just going to go and repeat this. So if we just go and type in standard checkout page, so let's go to this page so we can have a look at it, and then I can just explain a little bit more about the last step. So basically for your enterprise package or your third package, whatever it is, once again you're just going to do this exact same process that we just done. You're going to go and create the product for it, and then you're just going to go and copy and paste everything over to one more page. So I'm not going to do that now because it's going to get pretty boring, me just going and doing the same thing that I just showed you. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to head back to my WordPress dashboard, and then I'm going to go and just create the final flow within CartFlows. So you just come into CartFlows. So now we should see we've got two flows. We've got the basic service and the standard service. So I'm just going to do the exact same process and just go and create my final checkout and thank you page for my final service over here. And then once I have gone and done that, what we will do is we'll go and link up all of the buttons on our homepage. So I have just gone and created my final flow for my enterprise service as well. So a checkout and a thank you page that I just copied from the standard service. So you can see over here, I've got my enterprise one as well, and I've just gone and put in all of the details. So now once you have gone and created all of your checkout and thank you pages, and they are all linked up to each different package, what we can do is we can go and copy this link over here. So make sure you go and copy the link, and like I said, you have to make sure that you're naming them correctly. So we've got standard checkout page, basic checkout page, and enterprise checkout page. So now that we've done that, we can go to the front end of our drop servicing website, and now from here we can go and hit edit with Elementor. And once Elementor loads, we can go and scroll down to our different packages, and we can go and add in the buttons, the link to the buttons over here. So just go and click on the pencil icon, then you're going to see the button and you're going to see link. So just go and paste your link in. So that's my enterprise link. Then I'm going to go to the standard one over here. We're going to go to button. We're just going to go and paste that. Then I'm just going to change where it says enterprise to standard. And then finally we've got the basic. So once again, we just do the same thing. Go to button, paste it in, and change enterprise to basic. And then finally I'm going to link up my contact button as well. So if we just go and click on this, and I'm just going to link it to the anchor menu over here. So we've got hashtag contact. So what I'm going to do is we're going to click on this pencil icon, we're going to go to button, we're going to go and paste our link in here, and then we're just going to do contact, so hashtag contact, and then just go and hit update. So now what we can do is we can go and view the page, and let's make sure that all of those buttons are working. So firstly, what we can do is if we go and click on pricing over here, it brings us down to the pricing tables. So let's just do that again so we can see how it works. So that looks perfect. Then if I hit contact, it brings them down to the contact us page, and then from here they will be able to go and choose their plan, and it should go and bring them over to the checkout for that specific plan. So if I just right click this and hit open for this one, and then we can go and see that it brings us to the standard checkout page. So from here they can go and check out with the standard package for $99, and then if we just right click the basic plan, we can go and have a look once again. So from here they go over to the basic plan, and we can see we just got a basic plan, $39.99. Now as you can see, one thing that I haven't changed on here is this color over here. So I need to go and change this. So when you are creating these types of sites, it's always good to go and test things out, make sure that they are working correctly. So in order to change this color, it's really easy. We can just go and hit edit step, and then from here we can scroll down and we will see checkout design. So I'm just going to go and grab the purple color, and over here we can go and paste that in here, and you can go and change your font family. So I'm using Montserrat, so then I can just go and hit update. So let's just go and do that, and now we can go and close this, and we can just test that page again to make sure that it's looking correct. So let's go back over here. We're going to go to the basic plan now and just open this up in a new tab, and I'm just going to go and close this enterprise package page. And now we can see on the basic package page we've got our Montserrat font, and we've got that purple color, so that looks a lot better and just keeps the branding consistent. So now all of our buttons are linked up and people can actually start purchasing. So what we are going to do next, now that we have actually gone and set up our checkout pages, we need to actually go and set up WooCommerce. So we need to go and fill out all of the settings and set up the payments so people can go and pay with PayPal or with Stripe. So we're going to head back to our WordPress dashboard over here, and then from here we're going to go to WooCommerce, and we're going to go and click on settings. So let's go through some of the WooCommerce settings. So firstly, under general, you will have your address. So you can just put your home address in here. So you can see I've just gone and put in 123 home address just as an example. So you can go and put your address in, what countries you're selling to, if you're selling to all countries. So shipping locations, ship to all countries that you sell to. So for us, it doesn't really matter because we're not really dealing with shipping. So that's fine. And then you've got your currency options as well. So depending on what country you are going to be targeting, then you're going to go and put your default currency. So I'm the UK, so I've just gone and put it as pound sterling. Then you can just go and hit save changes. So now that we've done that, we can also go and look at emails over here. So basically the emails, these are the emails that get sent to the customer. So every time that you get a new order, a cancelled order, or a failed order, it will go to this email. So every time you receive a new order on your drop servicing website, it's going to go to whatever email you put in here. So make sure this email address is one that you're going to be accessing regularly so that you can go and get notified every time somebody makes an order on your drop servicing website. Now, if we scroll down to the bottom here, these are the ones that are going to be sent to our customers. So the from address is in here is going to be the one that we created earlier in SiteGround. So your professional email address. So it's going to be contact@domain.com. Now the from name is going to be the name of our drop servicing site. So let's just say my one is called Architect Pro or something like that, whatever the name of your site is. So you're basically your domain name. So that's going to be in there. You can go and add an image in if you want to, a header image, but that's not really necessary. But one thing that you're definitely going to want to change is the base color. So this is basically your main brand color. So once again, we're going to copy this. We can paste that in here and hit save changes. So that's basically it for the WooCommerce settings. Now the next thing that I'm going to show you as well within WooCommerce settings is how to set up your payments, and this is obviously one of the most important parts of the tutorial, because if your payments aren't set up, you can't actually receive any money from your customers. So you're going to go over to here to where it says payments, and if we scroll down right now, we see we've only got PayPal over here, and we also have cash on delivery. So we actually need to install a few other things to make sure that we can accept PayPal and also Stripe, which allows you to accept credit and debit cards. We're going to go over to here to plugins, and we're going to go and hit add new. And now from here, we're going to go and firstly type in Stripe. So type in Stripe, and then we're going to see this one, WooCommerce Stripe Payment Gateway. So just go and hit install for that one, and we will set that up in a moment. So don't activate it just yet, because now we're going to go and type in PayPal. So type in PayPal, and then we're going to go for the WooCommerce PayPal checkout. So we're going to go and hit install on that one as well. And now what we can do is we can go over to installed plugins. So click on installed plugins over here, and from here we can scroll down. We can tick both of these, scroll back up under here where it says bulk actions, just go and hit activate and click apply. So now it will say selected plugins have been activated. So now we've got the WooCommerce Stripe Gateway and the WooCommerce PayPal Checkout Gateway. So once again, we can go back to WooCommerce and go to settings over here. And now from here, we can go over to payments once again. And then from here, we can actually go and set up those payment gateways. So the first payment gateway that you can set up is PayPal. So you'll see PayPal checkout here. So make sure that it's just turned on. And then all you can do is click on manage over here. And then when you click on manage, you will see set up or link an existing PayPal account. So just go and click on that button. And then from here, all you have to do is go and enter in your PayPal account details. So just enter in your email, hit next, and it's going to ask you to enter in your password. And then you just go and connect your PayPal account to your WordPress website. It's really simple to go and do this. So I'm just going to go and hit back now. And like I said, it's pretty straightforward. Just go and follow through the steps to set up your PayPal account. Then once you have set up your PayPal account, and make sure it's ticked on over here. So where it says enable PayPal checkout, just make sure that is ticked. Then we're going to go and click back to payments and have a look at setting up Stripe now. So from here, we can go and set up Stripe. So let's just scroll down, and when we have Stripe, let's just tick this on, and then we're going to go and click on set up. Now from here, we can go and set up Stripe. Now at the moment, I've got it in test mode, but if we go and just turn it off, you'll see live publishable key and live secret key. So I'm just going to leave it in test mode just so I can show you those in the test version. So if you go over to stripe.com and just go and create an account. So from stripe.com, all you have to do is enter in your email and your password. So just go and sign up for Stripe, or if you've already got a Stripe account, then just go and log into Stripe. Then once you log into Stripe, you are going to have to go and activate your Stripe account. So just go and follow through those steps, and in order to do that, you need to go and verify your account. So you need to upload a picture of form of ID, so it's either a passport or a driving license, and also proof of address, so something like a bill or a bank statement. So you're going to go and upload that. Then once you have done that, you're going to go to developers over here. So click on developers. So you can see I'm in test mode at the moment, but if you just untick that, you will see the keys that you need. Then from developers, you can go and click API keys over here, and all you're going to do is copy this publishable key. So copy that, and like I said, you're going to untick test data, so it's the live key. So you're going to copy the publishable key, and you're going to copy the secret key, and all you're going to do is paste them in here and here. So if you untick enable test mode. You're going to paste your publishable key in here and paste your secret key in there, and then just hit save changes, and then your Stripe account is connected to your WordPress website. And that is basically it for setting up payments. So it's really simple, very easy to do. And then once you have done that, you just need to hit save changes, and basically then your Stripe account is enabled, so you can start accepting debit and credit cards, and also you have enabled your PayPal, so you can start accepting PayPal payments as well when people make an order. So now that we have gone and set up our payment gateways, the next thing we're going to have a look at is fulfilling orders. So when an order comes through, how can we actually go and fulfill those orders? So under here where it's WooCommerce, you've got orders. So let's go and click on orders, and then from here you should see your orders. So I've just gone and created this dummy order over here from John Smith. So we can go and click on the order, and then within the orders we will see all of the details of the customer. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to email your customer with some requirements for the service that you're providing to them. Now what I recommend doing is you should go and order the Fiverr gig that you plan on drop servicing. So go and make an order for that Fiverr gig, and when you make an order of the Fiverr gig, they will ask you for some requirements. So when you actually complete the order, they're going to ask you, these are the requirements we need to create your order. And what you're going to do is you're just going to go and take those requirements. So you can see over here, this is something that I ordered on Fiverr, where they created a editable PDF for me, and they had a form and some text and also any other things that I needed. So these were the requirements. What form did I want to create? What text did I want to add to the form? And this one just says which you think to need. So that's sort of just worded badly, but basically I think what they meant was, is there anything else that you need? And I just put uploadable image in the top left corner. So when you go and purchase the Fiverr gig that you're drop servicing, go and look at the requirements that they ask for and go and save those somewhere in a document. And then basically what you can do is you can go and email your customer with those requirements. So you're going to head over to SiteGround, you're going to go to email, you're going to go to accounts, and then from email accounts you will see your email account. So we can go and log in to webmail over here, and then from here you can compose a new email. So you're going to compose a new email, you're going to go and grab your customer's email, and then you're just going to paste it in here. Then you can choose the subject, so you can go and say the name of your site. So let's just say site name, basic package, and then what you can do is you can say, hi John, thank you for ordering, and then just put in whatever it is in here, the basic package with us. There are a few requirements we need to get started with your project, and then all you're going to do is paste the questions below. So question 1 or whatever, requirement 1. So you're going to put that in there, and then you're going to do requirement 2, and so on. So however many requirements that your Fiverr gig needs, then you're just going to go and paste that in there, and then you can just say, we look forward to hearing from you and working on your project. And then the last thing you can just do is just sign it off, kind regards, and then you can just put your name, Wendy, and then you can just say project manager or something like that. Now you can also go and put in your website name in there as well, just to, so you can say whether my website was called architects.com. So you can just go and do that. Now once you've done that, you're just going to go and send that, and you wait for your customer to reply with the requirements. Then you get their requirements, and then you just go over to the Fiverr gig and you just purchase it. You paste in their requirements into the requirements on Fiverr. Then the person on Fiverr creates the gig. When they send it back to you as a, whatever it is, a PDF, or it might be a Photoshop file, or whatever the file is that they send back to you, then you just get that, and then you just go and you email it to your customer once it's finished. So you can just go and create another email within here. You just attach the project files for them, and you just say, here is your completed project, thank you for ordering with us. And then you can always try and upsell them on something and things like that. So it's really easy to go and fulfill these orders. Then you just come over here and you just go and change the order from processing to complete. You just change it to complete and just hit update, and then that's basically it for fulfilling orders. So like I said, it's a pretty simple process. Obviously, it's not like dropshipping where everything can be done automatically, but eventually when you are getting a lot of orders in, then you can always go and hire a virtual assistant on Fiverr or on Upwork who can just go and fulfill the orders for you. So you can just go and create a video of how to fulfill the orders yourself on your site, and then you just go and send that to a virtual assistant and just tell them through email, this is how we fulfill orders, and then they can just go and do it for you, like I said. But that's going to take some time until you actually build up a lot of traffic and you have a lot of people making orders on your drop servicing site. So now that we've had a look at fulfilling orders, there are just a few things that we need to do to fine tune our site. Now the first thing that we're going to do is add a sticky header so that our menu at the top sticks to the top so that the user can go and click on any part of our menu. So in order to do this, we are going to go over to plugins and we're going to go and click on add new. And then over here, we are just going to go and type in sticky header. So just go type in sticky header. And then from here, you're going to go and install this one over here, sticky menu on scroll. So just go and hit install. And then once it has finished, so let me just click that again. And once it has finished installing, then all we're going to do is go and click on activate. And once it has activated, now we have our sticky menu. So if we go over to the front end of our website, we can scroll and we can see the top bar now sticks. And that's just a lot better because that just means people can just go and click portfolio, pricing, contact us. They don't have to keep scrolling all the way to the top every time that they want to go and click on a different part of your website. Now, the next part that we're going to do is go and change where it says My WordPress. So go and click to the back end, so to your WordPress dashboard, and then we're going to go down to settings and we're going to go to general over here. So when we click on this, within here you can go and change your site title. So I can go and change this to something like, let's just call this, let's say Architect Pro was my website. Once again, we know I can't spell. And then I can go and just put something in like, let's say low cost 3D rendering. Something like that. So you're going to go and put in a tagline, so something that describes your website, and then just go and hit save changes. Now you can see over here when we go to the front end, we can see we've got Architect Pro low cost 3D rendering. That just looks a lot more professional than it's saying My WordPress. So now that we have done that, the next thing that we want to do is just go and change our footer. Now you're going to want to go and create some privacy policy and terms of service pages, and maybe you want to create some other pages that you can go and add to your footer. So in order to do that, we're going to go back to our WordPress dashboard, and what you can do is you can go to where we've got pages over here, and we can go and hit add new, and we can go and let's just call this one terms of service. So we've got terms of service, and we can just go and hit edit with Elementor. And now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to go and open up our home page. We're just going to go and hit edit with Elementor on our home page over here, and then from here we're just going to go and copy this part over here, and then you can just right click on this and you can hit paste, and then where we have this we can go and just delete this, and from here we can just go and change this to terms of service. So we can just go and do that, and that just keeps the style and the branding of our site the same for all of our different pages. So what you can do is then you can use a website called getterms.io. So you can go and use this website to just generate a privacy policy and a terms of service. So what you can do is you can just go for the basic one if you're just starting out. Now if you are in Europe, I believe you're going to need a GDPR one, so you probably want to go for this comprehensive pack over here, which is $29. I think it's usually $49, so if you're watching this at a different time and it's $49, I'm sorry, that's just the time I filmed it. It was cheap, but you can see over here it's GDPR ready. Now you don't necessarily, let's say, need this straight away, but it is good to just cover your back, and for $49 to stop you from getting sued, then you might want to think about using that. So from here you can just go and put in your website name. So let's just go and grab this, and you can just go and paste this in here, and then you can go and put your website name in here. So my website, you can put the email address, contact@mywebsite.com. You can put in your location, so wherever, United Kingdom, and then you can put the policy effective date. You can just put the day that you started your site, and then you can go and change it to whatever, English USA, English UK, doesn't really matter. And then once you do, you just click I understand and hit generate terms. Now from here you can see it's generated a privacy policy for us, and it's also generated a terms of service. So what we can do is we can just copy this to the clipboard, and then from here we can just go and hit the plus icon. We can go and create an area for us, and then we can just go and drag the text element on here, and now we can just go and paste that in there. So there you go, there you have a terms of service. Now you're going to want to make this look a little bit nicer. So what you can do is, firstly, you can just like delete things like this, and then you can just go and make these bold, and then just put some space. So what you can do is, let me just go back up like this. If you hold shift and hit return, then it just goes down one like that. And then you can just go and do that for all of these different headings. So I'm not going to go and do that for all of these, but you get the idea. You can go and do that for all of these over here, and just go and create some spaces between them just to make your page look a little bit nicer. So you can just go and do that. So once you have done that, you can get rid of where it says generated by get terms. And so let me just go and make it look nice, because I'm a bit of a perfectionist. And then, like I said, you're just going to go and make all of these headings bold, and then you can just go and hit publish. So once you have created your terms of service, then you can go and create your privacy policy. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our dashboard. So let me just hit update again, and I'm going to exit to the dashboard. And then from here, if you go to pages and click on all pages over here, and within your pages, when you install WooCommerce, it automatically generates a privacy policy for you. So you will have a privacy policy page in here. It probably should say draft or something like that. Now what I want you to actually do is just trash that page. And the reason that we trash that page is because when it automatically generates that page, it does it in a different format. So the layout doesn't look right. So we're just going to go and create that page from scratch. So what we're going to do is now we're going to go and hit add new, and then we're just going to go and type in privacy policy. And then we're just going to go and hit edit with Elementor. Now from here we can just go and create our privacy policy. So once again, we're just going to go copy this section from our home page, and we're just going to go and paste it over here. And then we can just go and delete the text and just keep this heading over here, and we can just go and type in privacy policy. And then what you can do is you can just go and add in another section, a single section, and we can go and just add a text editor in here. And then you can just go back over to get terms, go to free privacy policy, click copy to clipboard, and then from here we can just go and paste it in. Now once again, with this, you're going to want to go and just clean it up, make it look a little bit nicer. Like I said, it's just the fine details. So you can just go and hold shift and hit enter, and just split up the text where it needs to be done. So you can obviously go and see where all of the different sentences end. And like I said, these small details just make your website look a lot more legitimate, and then you can just get rid of that. So now we have our privacy policy. We can just go and hit publish, and now we have our privacy policy. So let's just hit update. Now one thing that you're going to want to do is go and connect this privacy policy to your WooCommerce settings. So go to WooCommerce, go to settings over here, and then from here we can go to accounts and privacy. And then if we scroll down, you will see privacy page, and now we can just go and choose privacy policy and hit save changes over here. So now that we have done that, what we can do is we can just go and add those pages to the bottom over here. So in order to do that, what we can do is we can just go to customize over here, and then from here we can just go and change our footer. So if we go to footer over here, and now we have footer bar. So over here we've got our footer bar. Now in here you can go and change this. So you can get rid of powered by, and you can do, let's just get rid of powered by. So it will just say copyright Architect Pro, and you can also go and change the color of this. So let's say I want to change the background color to, let's just say black. I could go and change that to black like that. And now what I can do is, if we go back over here, we can go to footer widgets, and you can go and add in some widgets if you want. So over here you can go and add in some different widgets. Now you can see it's got 4 different widget areas that you have to have. So if you don't want to have it this way, you can go and create a custom footer. So I'll just show you how to do that. So you can just get rid of this, and we've changed the color of this bottom bit here. So let's just go and hit publish. And what we can do is we can just go and create a custom footer. So in order to create a custom footer, what we're going to do is we're just going to go to edit with Elementor over here. And now from here, we're going to scroll down. We're going to go and click add. And then we're going to go and add in a double section like this. Then you can go and change the background of your double section. So let's just go and change it once again. Let's just change it to, let's just say black. And now we can just go and add in some text. So we go and add in 2 text editors. So this one, we're just going to call this privacy policy. And now we're going to go and change the text to the middle. And we're going to go and change the style to white like that. And you can always go and change the weight of it. So let's just say like 500. And now if I just go and right click and hit duplicate on here, I could go and throw that one in there. And I can go and call this one terms of service. So now what I can do is I can go and just type in my website / and we're just going to go for terms of service. So you're going to get your terms of service page up, and we're just going to go and copy this, and now we're just going to go and link it here. So if we just highlight this, we go for insert link, paste your link in, click apply, and now you can see that that's in there like that. Now the reason it's gone that color is because within my custom settings, so when you go and hit customize on your home page, my links are set to that color. So you can just go and change that in there if you want to. So now that I've done that, what I can do is, so I could just go and let's say I didn't want it to be dark on dark colors here. I could always go and change the background of this to, let's say, like a light gray. So let's say if we go for this, and we just go and change it to a sort of lightish kind of gray, something like that. So now that you've done that, what I can do is I can come back over here. I could go and type in privacy policy, and then I can copy my privacy policy, and I can just go and make this a link as well. So we'll go to this text over here, and then I can just go and hit link, insert the link, and click that, and then I can just go and hit update to save that. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go and save this as a template. So over here where it says edit section, if you right click this, and what you can do is you can click save as template, and you can go and just save this as footer, hit save, and now that has saved. So we can go and close this, and basically what you're going to want to do now is you're going to want to go and add that footer to all of your pages. So if we scroll down here, we've got our footer down here. So what we're going to want to do is when we go to choose the plan, you can go and hit edit with Elementor, and you're going to add that footer over here as well. So if I go and hit edit with Elementor over here, and now from here I can scroll down, I can hit the plus icon. Sorry, actually we're going to go and hit this one over here, add template. So go and hit add template, go to my templates over here, and then just hit insert on your footer template, hit yes, and now we can see we've got our footer in there. And like I said, you're going to want to go and do that for all of your pages on your site, so you always have your privacy policy and your terms of service. So let's just go and see if we can go. So when you do it on these pages, sometimes it might not change the font to your default font because this is a custom checkout page. So what you're going to do is you can come in here, and in typography you can go and change it to whatever the font it is you're using. So I can go and change it to the Montserrat font that I was using, and I can go and change this one as well to the Montserrat font that I was using. So let's go and change that, and then you can just go and hit update. And like I said, you're going to want to go and do that for every page on your site. So all of your pages have your privacy policy and your terms of service. And then at the bottom, you've just got copyright with the name of your actual site. So now if I just go and click on privacy policy, it brings me over to the privacy policy. Now on this page, once again, I would go and add that template. And that is basically it for our site. It's pretty much done. I've shown you how to fulfill the orders, how to go and add this sticky header over here, which looks really good. And we've got our contact us, we have our privacy policy, terms of service, and then at the bottom we just have our final footer. So now that we have gone and built out our site, the next part of the tutorial is to have a look at how we can use Google AdWords to go and get some traffic over to our site and start making sales. So let's have a look at running Google Ads for your drop servicing website. So the first thing you are going to want to do before you actually start running any ad campaigns is just have a look at similar ads that are already out there. So you're going to head over to Google and you're just going to go and type something that is related to the service that you are drop servicing. So you can see here I've just typed in 3D architectural design, and you can see there are a few different ads that are coming up, and a lot of them are not applicable to what somebody might be looking for. So for this one, it's virtual employee, which is something similar to Fiverr and Upwork, where people can just hire somebody to do 3D architecture for them. So they might not be looking for that. So next up we have this one, McKinley Spaces. So let's go and have a look at this. So they might go and click on this and see if this is something that they're looking for. So you can see over here, so this is just a one-page website as well. So these lot don't really make it very clear as to the services that they're offering. So this is not a great site. So somebody might come over here and just not be interested because they can't find out how much the services are and things like that straight away. And then finally, we have this one over here, architectural visualizations, beautiful property visuals. And if we come over here, this is a site that's very similar to the site that I have showed you how to build today. So you can see over here, kind of similar, and they've got loads of different pictures and things like that. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go and compete for the keywords of ads that are similar to the services that you're offering. So because Photoplan are offering similar services to what we would be offering over here, we can go and create ads that are similar to this. So what you're going to do is then you are going to go over to Google Ads. So we'll leave a link in the description, but all you have to do is just go over to Google and just type in Google Ads. And then from here, we can actually go and sign up and create an account. So what you are going to do is you are going to go and click on Start Now. Now, when you click on Start Now, you might be brought over to this page if you don't already have a Google account. So all you are going to do is you're just going to go and enter in your information. And once you have entered in your information, just go and click on Next. Now, once you click Next, it's going to ask you to verify your email address. So just head over to the email address that you signed up for Google, and they should have sent you a code. So you're just going to go and copy that code, paste it in here, and then just click Verify. Now, from here, they're just going to ask you for your phone number, your date of birth, and your gender. So once you have entered that in, just go and click on Next. They will then ask you to verify your phone number. You don't have to do this straight away, so you can just go and click on Not Now, and then just go and read their privacy policy. So just go and agree to this and click on Create Account and click on Confirm. Now you can go and set up a Google account if you want. So this will go and show you to local people, but if you want, you can just go and skip this for now and start running ads. So you can just go and hit Not Now. Now from here, it's going to say, do you want to go and set up a new Google Ads account? So just click on New Google Ads Account, and then you will be brought over to this page where you can go and start running your campaign. Now this is just the quick setup tool for Google Ads. So I don't recommend going through this route straight away. So what you can actually do is you can click on Explore More Campaign Options, and then you can click on Create an Account without a campaign. Now from here, it's just going to say confirm your business information. So you're just going to go and enter in your country, your time zone, and your currency, and just hit Submit. And then once you click that, it's going to say explore your campaign over here. So click on explore your campaign. Now from here, it's going to say you have no campaigns yet. So we can go and set up a new ads campaign. So click on new campaign over here. Now from here, we can go and pick our campaign type. Now, in all honesty, for a drop servicing business, these are not going to really make much difference. So we are just going to go for sales, because generally we are after sales. We want people to come over and to purchase. And then what we can do is we can go for search ads. So click on search over here. And then from here, we can go and pick website visits. And then we're going to go and enter in our website name. So go and get your website, and then you're just going to go and paste it in here. And now what you can do is you can just go and click on continue, because you don't really need to set up a conversion action, because basically if this is the only ads that you're running to your site, you know where all of your traffic is coming from. So you don't really need to go and set up conversions, and you can kind of work out whether they're profitable or not, because you can just look at how much you're spending and how many orders you're getting in. So you don't really need to set up any conversion actions. So you can just go and hit continue after that. Now from here, you can go and pick your campaign name. So we can go and just call this wherever we're going to go and target. So let's say for this one, I'm going to go for architectural visualizations. I can just go and call this architectural visualizations. So I can just go and put that in there. Now you can go and put your ads on the search network and the display network, but personally I just prefer the ads to just be at the top of Google. So now that you've done that, you can go for as many different countries as you want. So you can go and target loads of different countries, United States, Australia, New Zealand, loads of different countries. Or if you've got something that you think is a little bit more local to the country that you live in, then you can just go and target your local country. Then you have your language. So by default, you'll have English. But of course, if you're running your drop servicing website in a different country, then you can go and pick some different languages. Now over here, it will say select an audience. So we don't have any audiences yet to actually select. So you can just go and leave that. Now from here, you have the average that you want to spend each day. So you can make this as expensive or as cheap as you want. But personally, I prefer to, whenever I run ads, to kind of spread the spend over a longer period of time. So we're just going to go for £5 per day. Now after that, you have the bidding strategy. So it's going to say, what do you want to focus on? So I would just recommend just leaving it as clicks. So you want to focus on getting as many clicks as you can. Now you can go and set a maximum cost per click if you want, but what Google will do is they'll try and get as many clicks as they can for the budget that you spend. So I recommend just leaving it on as it is. Now if we scroll down over here, we have an area that says add extensions. So basically you can go and add extra links that will link to different things on your site if you have different pages. So because mine's a one-page site, then I'm just going to go and link to that. So you can basically leave these out. These are a little bit more advanced. What I recommend at the beginning is just try and get some clicks in and get your first orders before you start looking into this. So now you can just hit save and continue. Now from here, you can go and change your ad group name. Now for your ad group name, it doesn't really matter. This only really matters if you're running loads of different ads. And basically when it comes to Google ads, you can basically name your ad group name based off of the area you're targeting or the type of keywords you're targeting. So for example, I could call this UK and I could call this beautiful property visuals or something like that. So I would recommend not complicating things and just call it ad group 1, so that you know you're just starting off with one ad group, and you can always go and change the names if you decide that you want to create more ads. So now that you've done that, you can go and get some keyword ideas. So what you can do is you can go and enter in your product or service over here. So let's just go and add in architectural visualizations in here and see what comes up. So we can see we've got architectural visualizations. If we hit plus on this and we hit plus on this, now these get added over here. Now you can see that they've already generated some for me: interior design for home decorating ideas. Now some of these are not going to be relevant for me, so I need to go and look at some keywords that I can use. So let me get rid of all of these and let me just go and try architectural. So let's just try that, and now we can see what comes up as well. So you can see that for this particular keyword, they don't have any keyword suggestions for me. Now obviously this is a very niche target keyword, so you need to go and have a look. So what we can do is we can say architect design, or let's just try architect on its own. So let's go and see what comes up for that. So you can see we've got a architect, which is not really something that somebody would probably type in. So let me go and type in 3D property visuals. So let's try 3D property. So we've got property 3D, so we could go for something like that. And another way to get keyword is just to go and have a look on Google as well. So what we can do is let's just go and have a look on here. So let's go and have a look on my 3D architect. We can see if there's anything we can get over here. So let's see what we've got. So let's just go and scroll down and have a look. So let's see, we could do 3D interior design. So let's try interior design, and we can see we've got a few other keywords over here. So let's try and add 3D to that and hit enter, and we can see we've got 3D interior, 3D interior rendering, 3D rendering and interior design, 3D home interior design rendering services, 3D interior design. So you can see you need to just play around until you find some keyword ideas. So interior modeling, interior 3D view, home 3D view, 3D room decoration. So there's loads here. So loads that I can go and add. And if you want to, you can just go and hit add all ideas, and then it will go and add all of those ideas over here. And now you can see my average cost per click is £1.98. Now that's quite high, and like I said, it's probably because it's a very specific type of keyword. It's a very niche service that you're drop servicing, but that's still okay, because even if we can still get up to, so let's say, let's have a look over here, it's £2 per click, and I'm gonna get, let's say that I was selling this at £40. That means I can get 20 clicks before I'm making a loss. And you never know, somebody might go for one of these or one of these. So even at the cheapest, I can go for 20 clicks until I've made a loss. So hopefully, because it's such a niche service that you're drop servicing, you should start to get some sales. And then if it's too expensive, then you can always go back to the drawing board, maybe have a look at going for some different keywords, or you can always go and think about drop servicing something that's a little less niche. So now that we've done that, we can just go and hit save and continue. And now from here is where you can actually decide what your ad is going to look like. So if we go back over here and let's just go and have a look at one of these ads. So if we just scroll back over here, we could go for something like quality architectural design. So we could go for that. So that could be our headline 1. And then for our headline 2, we can go for something over here like, let's say, cheap architectural visualizations. So that's going to be a hard one to spell, as you can tell from the tutorial so far. Cheap, you know I cannot spell this. Let's try and do it once for the whole tutorial. No, I couldn't do it. I'm sorry guys. Architectural visualizations. And that's it. So basically now you can see both of these are quite long. So don't go over this 30 threshold. So what I can do is I can just say 3D designer, and then we can say cheap architectural visualization. So let's say architectural visualization, and we could go and say, let's try low priced. Low price sounds a little bit better than cheap, because cheap makes it sound like it's going to be low quality as well. So let's try low priced 3D designer architectural visualizations. So you're just going to go and do that. Now you also have the URL over here, so you can see they're just going to come over to here, and then you also have other URL options. Now from here you can go and add in multiple different ads if you want to, so you can go and test different ads out. So you can go click done and create next ad, and basically you can go and create another one. So do some research, like I said, have a look on Google at the services that are already being offered within your niche. Go and have a look at the type of ads that are being run for those, and you can go and try and do something similar. So now that you've done that, once you have finished that, you just hit save and continue, and then it's just going to say that you can add more ads if you want to, like I said, but if you don't want to, you can just go and hit save. Now finally, before you do that, it's just going to say that you need to go and enter in your billing information. So if you get this error over here, just go and click fix it, and then after that you can just go and enter in your billing information, so your card details, so that you're able to pay for the ads, and then basically your ad will start running straight away. So then, like I said, all you need to do is just figure out if you are making money on your ads. So if you spend £20 and you've got 40 clicks and you don't have any sales yet, then you might want to just spend a little bit more, and then probably if you go up to, let's say, $100 or £100 and you don't have any sales, then you're going to have to go back to the drawing board. So what I'd recommend is go and have a look at your keywords, go and see if you can find some cheaper keywords on Google that are going to get a cheaper cost per click. So something like, let's say, 50 cents per click or something like that, and then you can try and run those ads and make more sales, or you can go and put your prices up. So you can go and put your prices up, and maybe that way that can account for bringing in more money on the ads you spend. So if you go and put this up to, let's say, $60 for your lowest package, then that way you know you can spend up to $60 before you are making a loss. So until you get one sale. So like I said, you're going to have to go and do some tweaking if it's not working. So just go and run the ads and see how you get on. And that is basically it for this drop servicing tutorial, guys. Now, I know there are a lot of things to go through and run the ads and see how you get on. And that is basically it for this drop servicing tutorial, guys. Now, I know there are a lot of things to go through, and you're going to have to do some research and do some fine tuning and tweaking to your website, but I wanted to just give you the basic structure and the basic skeleton of getting this type of business set up. And it is a really easy business to start off doing. You don't really have much money to invest in the beginning, and it's different to dropshipping because there are no physical products that you actually need to deal with, which does make it a lot easier when you are fulfilling orders and things like that. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you have. Make sure to subscribe to the channel because I've got plenty more tutorials coming soon, and I hope to see you in the next video.